What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? What up, Holmesy? How's it going, man? Yeah, JJ, we did not get copyright flagged. No dings whatsoever, and I actually used the same playlist last time and today. I am going to be starting to explore NCS now that I know that it'll work. I know some people said that it's been used quite a bit, but I still plan on trying to explore it and try and bring in some new music and finally get some variety. So I really do appreciate that, man. Let's see here. Cocky. Let's try the cocky. Let's try that. Did you pull Nephthys, bro? Like, if I'm trying to think of who'd be the most fun on an AO, Nephthys, it's got to be Nephthys then. Bro, Geek Sanchez, congrats on the first G1. Well, I'm assuming it's first G1, bro. Huge congrats, man. What up, Toby? How you doing? What up, Kyle? How you doing? 22, 43, 44. All right, could be worse. What up, Iron? How you doing, man? What up, Merrick? How's it going, man? Doing good, man. Yeah, seriously, bro, doesn't it? I am trying to hold in the top 200 on XG. What up, Wojo? How's it going, man? Yeah, this is the baby account. I'm getting close to Tricaru. I should have it. It's just a matter of dimensional energy. I should have Tricaru up and running on this account on Sunday? Maybe Saturday. Saturday or Sunday. What up, Darkrin? How you doing, bro? Yeah, we'll pretend that there wasn't any die involved. What up, Kelly? How's it going? Yeah, JJ, I just started doing Rift Beast today. So I just started Rift Beast this morning. The last few days I've barely had any time to play. I mean, I've been able to farm, but I haven't actually been able to play. So I feel like I was like rocking through progression and now I'm slowing down a little bit. But we got rank S on World Boss. So today marks 2 weeks for the account. I bought it when it was 1 day old. So actually Thursday night. I started playing this account after stream 2 weeks ago Thursday. So Thursday night will be 2 weeks. Let's see. We got triple S in Wind and Dark, double S in Fire. I haven't started Ice Beast yet. I still don't have a lot of 6 stars on the account. And then I'm at level 69 on TOA hard, so I'll probably need to 6-star something else. The Veramos level, I don't have like any real ideas on how I'm going to get through this yet. I haven't looked through it that much. But I don't have any CC units 6-starred. I don't have any what do you call it, Oblivion units 6-starred. So I'm not sure, and I don't have the ability to do enough damage. The new player buffs are pretty insane, bro. So like right now, I get 300% EXP when I'm running an EXP buff. I also do have the ability, I have the benefit of being able to drag my account along with the main in R5. So that was one of the first things I did was build Solo R5 on this account, or not Solo R5, excuse me, BJR5. I built BJR5 on this account. It's decent now, but when I built it, it was like a 27, 26k bail, but that was enough. The main was able to carry. So that sped things up. Obviously, I'm not free to play. I bought some of those $20 rune packs, and then, of course, like a bunch of the daily crystals to farm and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So the R5 definitely makes a big difference. Hey, I appreciate it, Wojo. Thank you, man. And then, of course, I'm also working hard on my towers. So let's see. I should be able to get a little bit of AO here. Dammy, I've got a Solo R5 guide on my channel. So if you just search for building Solo R5, it's like this: building Solo R5. You should be one of the top search results. Rift Beasts are better too. Yeah, Merrick. I mean, so it's a combination of things. It's partly that you haven't played in a long time and the game has gotten 1,000 times easier. Like, not gonna lie, part of the reason I decided to do this now is because they give such an insane amount of stuff to new players. So the game is easier. They give a lot of stuff to new players. I have the ability of being able to drag my alt along with the main. And then, of course, not being free to play, I don't actually think you need to whale to get to where I'm at. I honestly don't. I think if you want progression at this speed, you would have to spend, of course, but you don't have to whale. Like, 6 with the $20 rune packs, I would say you need like 60, I don't know, $200 in rune packs, like before Amazon coins. So like $160 in rune packs. And then you buy like your daily packs and then just some general crystals so that you're able to maintain your farming pace. And when you're starting off, they give you all these crazy packs that give you like, 100 crystals a day, 50, 75 crystals a day for all these different packs. So again, like, you would definitely, if you want to be running all end game dungeon teams in 17 days, which is basically where I'll be at, you're not going to do it as a free to play, but you could probably get there. Like, you could probably get there in like a month and a half as a free to play. So my fastest GB12 is 41 seconds, I think, but the average is about 55. I just run the basic dot team. That's all it is. Kyle, I've had the beard. They're all trolling me because I dyed the beard. So the thing is, guys, like on YouTube, you could actually see the gray in the beard. On Zoom, you could not see the gray in the beard, and I spent half my workday on Zoom, and it just looked like I had this like pathetic mustache with no beard. And or with like nothing down here, because the zoom literally just blanked out the gray. And so I was like, all right, if I want to keep this thing, I've got to dye it because it looks ridiculous on Zoom. Yeah, just for men, bro. Yeah, it was a valid reason, man. It was like a work thing. Seriously, like people were actually commenting on it. They were like, "What's up with the stash, man?" It was like just this pathetic. It looked like this pathetic wannabe stash. Yeah, that's fair, bro. That's fair. I expected to be. I honestly did expect to be. I actually like the salt and pepper look more. I'm not even positive I like that. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I don't like this look. I don't like it with having like pure gray. I do like the salt and pepper look more, but this was probably a little bit overboard. This was an experiment, so I might do like the salt and pepper one in the future. Luna, Lushen, Julie, Sophia. Yeah, Eric, this account is 13 days old. It doesn't have the runes to do that yet. Yeah, so as far as the BJR5 goes, man, that was like the simplest of all. Like five. Well, so the cocky was just a random pull, and then the Lushen as a new. In the new player events, they let you pick your own monster. So I actually picked a Lushen, and I had summoned the Cocky already. Or maybe Cocky was given to me. I don't even remember. I just found Cocky in storage. And I was like, hey, there's a Cocky in storage. Let's go ahead and use it. So maybe it was actually given to me. I'm not sure. And then the Lushen, I know that you can pick one monster. You only get to pick one. And then I fortunately did summon one Melia. I had to fuse the other one. Oh, Merrick, yeah, bro. I'm so sorry, man. You probably did not need to hear that. I am so sorry, Merrick. Yes, they did let me pick the Lushen. It's in the new player events. I'm sorry, bro. Oh, yeah, well, Joe, that I can't grow. I have to trim mine like about every week. I trim it about every week because it just gets really uncomfortable. Yeah, Darkrin, it is just absolutely insane what they give to new players. Merrick, maybe what you need to do is start a new account, bro. I remember that. I remember we did like 400 summons with no Lushen, man. I legit remember that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Can I beat that? Maybe. I've got like a 180 rage set on this thing, and I didn't even buy Swift runes. It's just farming giants, man. It's crazy. Well, they're not all... Actually, it's not quite 180 yet because they're not all grinded yet, but it will be 180. I've already rolled like multiple 20-speed Swift runes on this account. That reminds me. Let's see where the Megan's at. Let's see if I pulled any Swift grinds today also. Ooh, look at that rune. So if I do rage there, well that rune's, yeah, look at that guys, 27 speed rune already, man. 27 speed rune already, it's freaking insane. I want to attack there. Okay. This one's a 20 speed rune, so if I go Swift, what's my fastest? 16? Alright, we're better off at... Wait. Okay, yeah, we'll just... It doesn't... It really doesn't matter. Because there's no speed tuning anyway. So, like, it legitimately doesn't matter because there's no speed tuning. This Megan can be as fast as I want, but everything else is still, you know, it's a starting account. So, Even so, man, isn't that crazy? Plus 173 on a 12-day-old account. I'd probably get it. I think there was definitely some room for regrinds, too. What up, you know? How you doing, man? Oh, look at this one. Yeah, there's no speed grind there either. 24, 20... Okay. Nice, you know? Yeah, that's just freaking insane, man. Plus 173 on a 12-day-old account. If that was on a Bernard, it'd be like 176, too. Perk with the super chat says, am I in the right place for help? Perk, you are indeed, bro. That's actually a great kick in the butt. I didn't get to play the newbie account all day. So, Tariq, if Tariq is still in the house, bro, I told you at the start of the stream, I have a good excuse for being late today. The reason I was late is because I was at the shelter looking at puppies. Laura and I are going to be adopting a new puppy. And possibly tomorrow. I'd say like 80% chance that we're going to be bringing her home tomorrow. And so I was at the shelter doing paperwork and doing all the stuff that I needed to do today. So just got home late. Doberman, it's a Doberman mix because she's a rescue. So she'll be a little smaller than a normal Doberman. I'm not sure what she's mixed with, but I suspect it's either Rottweiler or German Shepherd. Super, super sweet. She is a biter, which for a Doberman, probably a Doberman Rottweiler mix, a biter is going to be painful as I train that habit out of her. But at least she was biting sort of gentle. But super, super sweet girl. You guys will see her on stream pretty soon, I'm sure. And... So yeah, we had, Laura and I had talked about it. We said when we got back from Mexico City. Yeah, a lot of chew toys, bro. A lot of chew toys. Her name right now, so this is funny. I'm going to type it out so you guys can see how it's spelled. This is what the shelter has her as named. I swear to you, this is true. Charlotte. Spelled exactly like the Wind Occult Girl, which is kind of a unique spelling there. We'll probably rename her, though. So we'll probably rename her. You know, didn't you win? I feel like you won, like, pretty recently, right? Because you can only win... we changed it because we had some people who were winning consistently. You can only win, like, once every 6 months now. For the members one, you can still win again. Members and regular separate, but when I say Hanwell is strong enough to be a solo damage dealer in an AO, I mean, I don't know Hanwell's multipliers, but I feel like he's probably not strong enough to be a solo damage dealer. Can Cocky kill? Yes, he can. Okay. Guys, you got to see the Cocky build, man. You got to see the Cocky build. You guys are not going to believe this. This is a 12-day-old account, man. This is, like, pretty freaking legit for a 12-day-old account. I mean, there's no speed, obviously, but look at the stats, man. You need skills. You need some skills, but I wonder, yeah. That's pretty legit for a 12-day-old account, man. Okay, you know, yeah, if you won the members one, I thought you had won regular. So if you won the members one, you can enter for today. Water Beast. Okay, so you have Barbara, Varad, Camilla, Velajewel, Amelia, Bastet, Laika. Oh, no, there we go. You have, okay, so you have Barbara, Varad, Camilla, Velajewel, Helena, Sekhmet, Laika, Mephisto, Tiana, Charlotte, and Chung. Okay, I thought there was a question following that, so I sat there and figured out all the names, and then there was no question after that, bro. Am I gonna fuse Lushen skill ups? Probably eventually. It's a balancing act of having enough time. So I'm actually coming into a pretty busy time of the year for work. I don't know. I'm sure I will. Like, I'm sure I will, but I don't think I'll sit there and do like all of them in one day the way I would have done on my account in the past. Do I want crit damage here? I think the defense tower is high enough, but maybe... I think my defense tower is high enough. I think the tower is high enough now. So I could do attack or crit damage. Let's do crit damage. What up, Efren? You did not, bro. You missed me farming arena with my baby account. Well, Leica just got buffed, man. So Leica's pretty legit now. This is the Kali, so the Kali definitely could use a little bit of love. But I just built Kali this morning for the Rift Beasts, and this was just like what I had. Do we give her that? Nah. Ran a couple of hours of R5, but didn't get much. Green egg thing. Oh, this is Wind Robo. I just don't have the Wind Essence yet. I want to awaken these two next, probably. And then I need to get him built pretty soon here as well. It's like I need skill ups for Siege. If he doesn't have the skill ups for Siege, it's going to be incredibly slow and painful when you try and do the Leica solos using Destroy. But I would say he doesn't really need skill ups. It's just going to make your fights a lot faster and a lot less painful. All right, I think that's good. How are we doing over here? Did we get our triple S yet? No. Double S, single S, double S, 3.0, 3.36. So this team could get there, maybe. Could get there, maybe. Yeah, look at that. That guy's a Robo. Those are new monsters. They're AoE strippers. Now, Kyle, I'd say save it for now. And because at the moment, I don't think Leica's being used to counter anything meta anyway. If he comes back into the meta, that's when I might consider. That's when I might consider. I'm kind of surprised that's the only one you have, Darkrin. I mean, even just from like free-to-play summons, you should have pulled some. Let's see, anything here? That's it. Okay. Damn, look at what you get, guys. I only had 3 wins, man. I only had 3 wins. And look at that. That's insane, man, for 3 wins. Buy some flags and stuff with that. Let's see. All right, we'll buy the guild tower. That's fine. It's a waste, but whatever. It's one less thing on the list. Okay, go building. No, not there. Guild. All right, let's see. We've got Inner Server Guild War on the baby account, guys. Should I try it? All right. Do you guys want me to try Inner Server Guild War on the baby account, or do you want me to just move on to the first drawing? You guys let me know. JJ says guild battle. That's right, guys. Baby account farm and artifacts, man. If you guys want to see like how I value stuff, I have an artifact farming team and I have a BJR5 team before I even have a dragons team. I legit have not even done dragons level 1 and I'm already spamming artifact farming and R5 farming. So if you want to know how I value stuff, there you go. To be fair, I mean, I was able to buy 36 violent runes from $20 packs. That did help, but... Alright, guild battle. Guys, keep in mind I've got like all of about... I don't even think I have 15 monsters runes, so there's a good chance that we're going to bring some like unruned stuff in here, but... Oh, wait, why did it... Oh, never mind. It's guild rival? Why did the tower thing say I had like... It said I had 6 things, but I guess I don't. It said I had 6 attacks. When I clicked on that guild tower... See, it says battle 5. What's the 5? Oh. Pfft. Labyrinth. Alright, my bad, guys. My bad. Sorry to troll you. Do we even have Tartarus? No, we didn't even have Tartarus. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm just doing enough to get the contribution. That's it. I'm just doing enough to get the contribution. Not a good guild member, bro. What up, Laurel? How you doing? All right, guys. Let's get the first drawing open. Let's get the first drawing open. Yeah, Laurel, this was a Gianna starter, man. Gianna starter. Could I actually do hard? I really do. Oh, and it's a protect one too. There's no way I can do hard here, right? There's got to be no way I could do hard. Let's try it. No, I bought the account with Gianna on it, Laurel. I bought the account with Gianna on it. Okay, there's no way this survives. There is no way this survives. Fertile's too slow for one thing. When does my work schedule slow down? From here, mid-March. November through March tends to be very busy. I run a nonprofit organization, help people with addictions. Yeah, Merrick, for better or worse, that is the case. But you can give your points away if you want.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on and connected to the internet, plug in the echo device.
What up, Dinner Roll? How you doing, man? Long time no see. What up, Feeman? How you doing, man? Our power, we've had a massive rainstorm and our power has been in and out all day, and one of the Amazon devices, I'm gonna say that so I don't trigger her now, one of the Amazon devices has not been able to connect back to the internet, and I forgot to disconnect it before stream started. What up, Bronson? Man, we got a lot of old time people back in today. Should probably be more patient with this bale, huh? I'm used to just like rolling over. I'm just, yeah, steamrolling. That's the word. I'm used to steamrolling stuff. Well, he's 5 now, so. He also has no crit rate. I said old timer, bro. What up, Eric? How you doing, man? All right, so we got to rock the Rocky right here. Can we land? We land. Very nice. Okay, let's do this. Feast dropping the super chat. Well, dropping the super sticker with the fan super sticker. Feast, thank you very much, bro. Seriously appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Check it out, guys. I think we got hard also. Wait. Oh, that came out so not how... That was not how that was supposed to come out. Yeah, I was really excited for that one. That was definitely not the intended statement, but you know. We beat hard mode. We beat hard mode. Not yet. Fortunately, not yet, bro. Not for a long time. All right, that one we can just auto through. But come on, guys, man. 12-day-old account. I did Labyrinth hard. You got to give me credit for that. At least I didn't say it again. Like I learned my lesson. I think so, Jonathan. I think so. This is the only tube channel. Only YouTube. Can I explain how crit damage, more or less HP subs work on artifacts? Yeah, so it's basically a sliding scale. Easiest way to think of it is if you have 10 crit damage, let's say 10 crit damage as the enemy's HP is more, then you get a bonus 10 crit damage when the enemy is at 100. It's a bonus 9 if the enemy's at 90, bonus 8 if the enemy's at 80% health, 7 at 70%, and so on. If it's as the enemy's crit damage is less, it's the exact same but in reverse. So if you have, you know, plus 50 as the enemy's low, then you would get 45 when the enemy is at 10%, 40 when the enemy is at 20%, and so on. So it's basically just bonus crit damage on your hits, which is where that's most useful. The crit damage low is most useful in Rift Beast. Crit damage high is most useful for single target nukers like, single hit nukers like an Odin, basically. What do we got left? 2 here. This one, I have no idea if I could beat normal mode. I don't think I've even tried this yet. Could we do like a Kali? We need some immunity. Let's do that. And Lapis maybe? Let's try that. So my current Giants team is the Dot team, which I have a video on. So JJ, I said I wasn't free to play. I bought the account with the Gianna. They also sell 2 Transcendent Scrolls. So I bought the 2 Transcendent Scrolls, and then we had the events going on, so I got a couple of summons as well. And I got the Shizuka from an SWC scroll. Yeah, it was third or fourth day, Merrick. Third or fourth day. Because they also give you 120 dimensional energy when you... Well, you start with 100, and then after you use your first 100, you can buy another 100, plus there's like a 20 bonus in there. So I was able to 2A the... Basically, my progression here was I 6-starred Fran, Lauren, Vertihile, like the norm, right? Well, I 6-starred Lapis first. So it was Lapis, Fran, Vertihile, Lauren, Sath, Tattoo, and then the Melias. And I just went straight into building dot team. Like, I just built the monsters I needed to run. I did the Sath on level 4. And I think I did the Tattoo on level 4 as well. So they took like 120 dimensional energy each. Shizuka's been, the Shizuka I had in the SWC scrolls because of the Gianna, but the Shizuka's been pretty nice for TOA also. She really helped me a lot to get up to the, I'm 69 TOA hard right now. Yeah, Dinner Roll, this is just a temporary thing for fun. Like, this is not going to stay long term. I'm going to build this account up long enough that I can actually do a little bit of RTA with it, and then I'll probably either sell it or give it away on stream. Exactly, Merrick. That's my point. So I've said for the longest time that if you're ever going to spend money on this game, it's always diminishing returns. You get more value the earlier in the game you are, the more value you get. And it's never more true than on your first days because like there's $5, $10, and $20 packs that every one of those is massive progression for you. And so, I mean, you buy a handful of rune packs and then you can farm your own runes. And then for the determination runes, I did get lucky. So I only spent $5. I spent $12 on determination runes. I bought 3 $5 rune packs for $12, and I got lucky because I did pull 2 slot 2 defense runes. One of them is 5-star, but that's enough with the determination sets that I have. The 5-star is going to be enough. So I got the tower to like level 7 right now, and then the it's going to be 4. I think I'm going to get 4 determination sets or 3. I'm not sure if is it 3 or 4. 4. Yeah, we're going to get 4 determination sets. And so with that combined, I only need like plus 2200 defense. You get 200 from the artifact. So it's not even like crazy stats. Like 20 defense there, 27 there on this guy, 34 and 28. This one's actually really high defense, but that's because he doesn't have the guard sets, I think. Well, 1 guard set. Huh, interesting. The other ones are higher. Probably just a lot of ungrinded stuff on him. But yeah, anyway, the Ikaras are basically there. This one, I don't know. I need to see what he's going to be like because I did all the Ikara builds manual. I've done every build on this account manual. I haven't run anything on the optimizer yet. I don't know if he's quite going to get there or not yet, but I should have a grind here, right? So this will help. Not much. I guess that won't help. This definitely going to need, this is going to need to be better. Yeah. We need more grinds. I need to farm more R5. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. No Iron Scare, because, well, I'll tell you what, if you win the community help and you want to do 2v2, we can definitely do some 2v2 for community help. But beyond that, it wouldn't really be very fair. Okay, so let's actually do, wait. Yeah, that's a sell. Let's hang on to that for right now. I'll show you guys the Giants team. We're going to go ahead and do the first drawing here, guys. So if you're not in the drawing, this is your last chance. Right now, Justin and JJ are the only 2 people who whaled on entries. This is like a week and a half, Tariq. But I won't let it grow much longer. Basically, I just trim it down. Every week I trim it down because it gets really uncomfortable when it's longer. Yeah, so that's where those rune packs come into play, obviously, Merrick, because you buy a handful of You buy a handful of will runes. They don't need any stats. Like, legit, these guys do not need any stats. Well, they need stats. That's poorly phrased. They don't need anything special. They don't need anything special. So, like, I bought some will runes, and then I just used those runes. And it didn't matter, like, how bad the runes were. They're good enough, right? Like, that's the thing. I'll show you guys these runes. They're total crap runes. They're garbage runes. There's nothing special about these runes whatsoever. So here's the Sath, and you can see lots of HP, blah, 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 right? But he's just... This rune's actually not bad, but... I mean, look at this. So 15 speed. This has 8 HP innate and nothing else. This has... This is a really good rune. This one's legend. This is probably the best rune on any of them. This... Look at this rune. Look at this rune. Like, this is nothing, right? This rune, this is a blue rune. This is a blue rune that I grinded. That's it. This rune, look at this rune. Again, this is just like absolute utter garbage. It's double will focus, gets me enough accuracy because they nerf the accuracy. Same thing here. It's going to be the same thing here. Look at this rune. Slot 2 defense rune, not even HP. It's got a 7% HP sub. It's not grinded. Look at this rune. This rune is just like... These are white runes. These are practically white runes, guys. Look at this rune. Again, like no HP or defense on this rune at all. Nothing. It's like white runes, guys. That's how easy it is to build this team. The Lushen in there because that does speed things up. He does some fluff damage. The Lushen build's a little bit better, but I mean, what Lushen needs 12,000 HP? Really, and he's got plus 1,100 attack, guys. He's got plus 1,100 attack. Like, this is not special builds whatsoever. But it's good enough. It's only failed once, as far as I remember. Like, it's literally failed one run, I think. But the Lushen fluff damage helps for when you miss dots. Without the Lushen Merrick, you just throw a Veramos or a Fran in there. Either one works, and it's still very reliable. It's just slower. That's the only difference. The Lushen brings this team down to like an average of 50 seconds. If you're using a Fran or a Veramos, the average is more like a minute 20, a minute 30. Even if it's a garbage Lushen like I've got here, but it just helps for the resistance checks on the dots. His fluff damage is enough for when the dots don't land. Water Homie would work too, but I haven't built the Water Homie yet. I just started Rift Beast today, and the Lushen's doing fine. Yeah, you could probably sub Zeratu. Actually, I don't know. Because Zeratu would just target the most injured opponent, so I don't know that he would actually add much. No, I don't think so. I think I would actually go with Fran or a Veramos over the Zeratu in that case. Because you're not going to have a problem getting... the Lushen's not there for boss waves. The Lushen's there for the waves. Yeah, see, I've seen that team. I'm not personally a fan of it because I just think it's unnecessary to put that big of a Swift set into that team when it works just fine with like all the garbage runes I just showed. I run the Melias on Bio, but they're on the exact same garbage runes as the Sath and the Tattoo. Like they're all just on absolute throwaway garbage runes. And it works just fine. I don't know if the faster Melia is any faster for the team. But, I mean, if it's a faster team, then maybe it's worth it. But otherwise, I usually don't recommend, like, building that team just because I feel like a big Swift set like that I wouldn't want to waste when I don't need to. I run this team in Steel Fortress just fine, bro. Same thing. This team doesn't fail in Steel Fortress either. The only difference is, though, if you're using a 5-star Melia, I don't think you could use this in Steel Fortress. So you do have to 6-star the Melias if you're going to use the crap runes. Vio would be better, but either one's fine, Thies. So it's a max of, remember I run the Viomelias, so you might get more, well, you would get more consistent dots with the lapping, but because the tower cuts anyway, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a couple seconds faster in Steel Fortress, maybe. But I don't have any problems running it in Steel Fortress because of the double will. But it might be faster. Maybe it's faster in Steel Fortress. I don't know. Let's see. So my best Steel Fortress time is 40 seconds. Not my average, certainly, but that's my best Steel Fortress time is... yeah, the best time is 40 seconds. I also think because the Lushen... yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. How fast the Lushen's on really fast build. The Lushen here is like 180 or something, but he doesn't. It's just because I had no speed tower when I built the team. Like my speed tower was level 1 or level 2, and that wound up having to use a. I wound up having to use a. What do you call it? Swift set when I first built him, or speed. No, sorry, speed slot 2. Speed slot 2. Split concentration. Cytex, I looked at the bracket. I know that we landed in the malicious bracket again. And SSA's on the other side. And I know Red had the other top seed. SD made it. But I didn't do like a rundown. I'll be honest, I didn't do a... Because we have a bye, I didn't really look at most of the matchups in the early rounds. I know SD is going to match up with malicious early, which sucks for them. Yeah, I mean, I run, I'm sure I've gotten 20 seconds on the main. This account has not yet. But you can still get the same 21 seconds here because I'm running the Vio Melias. So, I mean, it just takes one Melia proc, and it's the same thing. Here you go, Holmesy. It's just that I can't one-shot the waves, so I'm never going to get 20 seconds because I can't one-shot the waves. But I can one-shot the boss, certainly, with just one Melia proc. Anyway... Alright guys, we're going to do one wing. Let's see if I can drop out. Well, I already dropped out of the top 200. Never mind. I got passed up today. So we're going to see if I can drop out of the top 300 on one wing. We are going to be drawing at the end of this wing, guys. We're going to be doing the drawing at the end of this wing. So make sure you get into the drawing now. JJ, if you're talking about giants, I'm not positive. For Steel Fortress, that would overkill. So you've got to be asking giants. I can show you my Lushen on this account. I think he's pretty much at the floor of what it takes to one-shot waves. Yo-Yo, you are not. At the end of this match, when I lose this match, you'll be right on time. Can I kill this Juno? If he bans the Nikki, I don't know that I can. Also, I forgot, I have a new Oliver build, and I forgot to put the runes on him. Yeah, I thought he was going to ban the Nikki. I might be in trouble here. I don't know that I can kill the Juno. That was a big stun for him. Those were, no, it wasn't the stun I needed. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. No, we didn't do the damage. Come on. Can I kill? Kill! Kill the Juno! Okay, Nana's got it. Nana's got it. All right, we're good. We got it. All right, let's see here. So I'll show you my Giants team. Wow. That's not bad. That's a nice run. Yeah, why are you asking me about that? I don't care about that. Oh, wait, okay, yeah. So here's the Lushen. So 2k attack, 220 crit damage. On the Lushen lead, we've got 2... But I actually don't know if this Lushen... Honestly, don't know if this Lushen needs all the fight sets that he's got. So let's drop these off. Let's see if he can clear with no fight sets. He needs like one or two fight sets. Yeah, I run Beelzebub. Yeah, so he needs one or two fight sets from where he's at. Dinner roll, this team is pretty easy to build compared to like the Belial one. The rune quality requirement is much lower. The Beelzebub runes are nothing special. Like, these are not anything like crazy. These are attainable for most people late mid game or beyond. This build should be very attainable. He does have like 17% on water. And then, let's see, the Lushen has 13 on water, and then also like some crit damage here. And then I've got 6 more fight sets on the iCard. Nice derp there, Lushen. Yeah, I remember that, bro. That was the first LD5 I pulled on stream. I've summoned another Beelzebub on stream since then, too. It's the only LD5 I've summoned 3 times. Oh, nice. You made Guardian that season? Stefan, so DB12, Despair and Swift are very much in the... I've actually been farming DB12 myself lately. Despair and Swift are very much in the meta at the moment. My Swift runes are pretty fast, but I really need a better slot 6, and then my Despair runes are not like the greatest. So yeah, there you go, 20 second run. It's about a 26, 27 second average, but... yeah, I mean, if you look at, like, Volantis, this build is okay. This build's not bad, but it certainly is not, like, the fastest Volantis out there or anything. I wonder if I can grind anything here. And the overall stats are a little bit lacking. And Volantis, you pretty much always put on Despair. More, you always put on Despair. Chung, you can put on Despair. Ooh, is it worth it? I feel like it might be worth it. I hate to do the 10 right here, but this one seems worth it. This one seems worth it. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's worth it or not. All right, let me do this new Oliver build I found today. So which runes actually change? Okay, so we're gonna go... I haven't rebuilt my units in 3 seasons. Like, legitimately, I'm on my 3rd season now with the same runes and the same RTA box. It's so overdue. But I don't want to do, like, a full rebuild. So I'm just going to, like, try it. Wow, I got 4 of these? I'll just try 1. Just 1. Please, please, please. All right, 1 more. I should not be doing this. Hey, okay, I should have done that. Yes, that was a good choice. That was a good choice. Okay, for sure. I was like, this is such a waste. Those things are so hard to get, but yeah, that worked out. I hate giving up that rune from Abelio. Abelio's been huge for me, man. But Oliver's in every single draft, so even though Abelio's been doing great, Oliver's in every single draft. The Chung I don't care about. I barely ever use him, and I lose with him every time I use him. And Ciara, same thing. I pretty much never use her, and if I do use her, it's like a guaranteed loss. So this is, what, 27 speed rune? Yeah, Ciara doesn't need this rune. Alright, is that worth it? Is that worth it? That seems not bad. So we gain 9 crit rate for 49 attack. The defense I'm not too worried about. Little bit of HP. Is it worth messing with my Abelio, though? Abelio really likes this rune. Yeah, screw it. That's fine. It's better speed tuning. Ooh, is it better speed tuning, though? I didn't just move him in front of Mo Long, did I? $269, $264. Ooh, did I just push him in front of Mo Long? Crap. That would be a problem. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, he's good. He's good. He's good. He's 315, Molong's 316, Bulwark's 318. We're good. I looked it up in the optimizer. I'm sure I'm good. The value is in optimizing any unit that you use, honestly. I mean, yeah, the reason I like this build is because it took a bunch of runes I didn't care about, except for the one from the Abelio. That was like literally the only rune. I haven't drafted Carnal, and I can't remember how long. So it doesn't really matter what rune is on him. Ciara is completely irrelevant to me. So the only rune I cared about was the Abelio rune. Same thing for the Chung. The Chung is largely irrelevant. Ooh, what? Accuracy? No. Yeah, Ciara is pretty irrelevant to me. That's fine. The Chung is largely irrelevant to me, and I also knew that I had another perfectly acceptable rune to throw on here. A little bit slower, but that's fine. Actually, it's a lot slower. Yeah, I might need to speed the Chung up. Okay. Don't have a lot of fast runes available, huh? Okay, so if we do that, I can just throw a will 2-speed on. That'll work. There we go. That's fine. Nah, no new LD5s. I really do need to actually re-optimize the Abelio also. Ooh, what's this rune just chilling in inventory for? This isn't bad. We need more crit rate. This one had 10 crit rate, right? Okay, so let's go HP over crit rate. There we go. That's fine. So we lost 1400 HP, which it sucks, but how about this one? I think that one's fine. This one could be... How about this? Probably should re-optimize this build. If I'm going to change this, I should probably just optimize it. But this actually looks pretty good. This looks pretty good, doesn't it? How's your season going, Wojo? Pure luck, I mean, well, I would certainly recommend running it through the optimizer. I'll probably re-optimize the Abelio later, to be honest. But I think for the time being, this does look pretty good. I like getting him up to the 100 crit rate. I like the little bit of extra HP there. I'm not convinced that the defense trade-off was worth it, but seems okay. We'll see. We'll see how he does. If he doesn't do well, I'll re-optimize him. All right, guys. We are drawing the first winner. It is, ironically, Dinner Roll of Doom. Bro, congrats. So, Dinner Roll, here's the deal, bro. Message me in Discord. I need your login info, and I need to know what you'd like me to do on your account. RTA, Kelly. I enjoy doing RTA the most, but actually doing wings. If he bans Sekhmet, I don't remember if I outspeed this guy or not. We just got a YOLO on the Antares. Okay. Should be okay now. Dude, that was a pretty dirty stun right there. AoE stuns. The power of Teshar, guys. The power of Teshar. If you were not a Teshar believer before, are you now a Teshar believer? That's all I'm saying. If you were not a Teshar believer before, did that make you a Teshar believer right there? This is the Teshar. The play for him here is to ban Teshar, yep. So I can't reset the Jemire. So I think he wins this like 60-40 or 70-30. I know this guy too. The Jemire is in front of the Tiana. Should have banned the Jemire, but the Douglas had me in. I couldn't have killed the Douglas. It was the right play. It was all I could do. But yeah, he got me. I just forgot. I forgot about his Jemire. I should have recognized it sooner. It's the problem with names like this, like, because I don't speak obviously any Asian. I don't speak other languages, right? So I don't recognize the players until after the fact. But I don't know if I had anything I could have even drafted at that point. I speak some Spanish, yeah, but I don't speak Asian languages. Okay, so Dinner Roll is looking for RTA help. We will actually drop off my account now. We'll save the few wings we've got left. So we're going to jump onto Dinner Roll's account. Nice, Perk. How you doing, by the way, Perk? Good to see you back around. Sam, I feel like that was a Google Translate. I have a feeling that was a Google Translate. So close to getting solo R5 to work with 3 crit damage runes. Oh, nice, Benjamin. In which comp? The one that I just used? Volantis would be... Volantis is Despair and Tableau is Vio. If I run the Chandra is Despair. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Staying, I want to collect all your stuff, man. It's just like reflex. Yeah, Benjamin, that's, the account that was running Steel Fortress was my alt. Nah, bro, I'd love to, but Laura can't. You could come down here, but Laura can't come up. We're working on getting her passport, but it's like it's a never-ending process to try and get a passport down here. And then even if we get the passport, it's no guarantee of the tourist visa. All right, guys, so Dinner Roll is looking for some box tips. He says he's missing some of the meta monsters. He's got a lot of monsters overall and needs to figure out where his core should be. First and foremost, I see the Tian Lang and I see the Pure Vanilla, so very nice on those. Obviously, we got Beelzebub and Leona. And then we do have a G2 finish. Bro, G2 is super solid. Okay. All right, so we got Sekhmet, we got the Meta Strippers, we got Shizuka. Got lots and lots of level up fodders. Okay. So this one's going to be complicated. I got to put a little bit of thought into this. I also got to turn the heat down. I swear it's sapping my energy. You know what, guys? Actually, let me go grab a Red Bull. I will be right back. I got the heat on in here. It's cold because it's raining, and it's like literally taking my energy away. So I'll be right back, guys. Beauty of having a refrigerator in the room next door to you. But now I turned off, I gotta turn off this and this. There we go. All right. So we're gonna start off by putting everything in storage, man. So I see what you're saying. You really do have, you have so many different ways you could go. Since you've got the G2 finish, we're just going to assume that you have the flexibility in runes to do whatever you want. But correct me like if you don't, if you're slower. I'm assuming with the G2 finish, you've got some pretty good rune quality, but if you don't, just correct me and tell me like you've got cheese rune quality or you have no despair or you have no swift or whatever. Okay, let's do that. Better Vio than Swift, despair kind of mad. That's how I would describe my account. So what's your fastest Swift set? Dude, there's been no... Are you kidding me? Why didn't anybody tell me? I've literally had the music going the whole stream. But it's... Dude, why didn't somebody tell me there was no music, man? Why didn't somebody tell me? Alright, music should be on, man. 208 or 209. Okay. Hey, Cube, I appreciate that, bro. Alright. Man, you got one hell of a box here. So, Perk, you do need to come down, bro. You seriously need to come down. I also really want to set up the get-together. At some point, I'm going to set it up. Maybe I should... You know what, Kaio, you should set it up, man. Kaio, you need to find 14 people that are willing to split, chip in for a stretch Hummer. And then we'll book it from there. Like, you find the 14 people and I'll take all the arrangements. Yeah, Kyle, we got some different music, courtesy of JJ, who sent me a link. Sent me a link to a new site that the type of site I've been looking for forever. Yeah, Holmesy, I will go, yeah, we're talking Mexico, Kyle. I will literally, I'll put together an itinerary for you. I'll put together all the stuff that I would organize. I just need somebody to, like, I need help, man. I just need somebody who can help, like, find the people, take the names, take the deposits, because I'll have to pay for the limo up front and stuff like that, or pay for the deposit up front. But my plan is actually, or what I'm envisioning is, like, bring everybody down near where I live, not to my home, but down in the area where I live, and then rent a stretch limo to go out to the wine valley. There's some amazing gourmet restaurants, wineries, awesome stuff down there, and just like have us all go in a limo. I priced it out a while back. The first time I tried to do this, it'd be like, we could get it done for like $100 a person, or I don't know if it was 100 or 100 each way. So maybe, and we don't necessarily have to do the limo. I just thought that would be really cool. But yeah, anyway, we can definitely talk about that off stream if there's people who are interested. But for now, we are doing dinner rolls. We are doing dinner rolls accounts. So we've got some pretty crazy LD5. So you guys saw I put everything in storage. I think most of the people here are regulars, but anybody who's not, just so you know, the way I try and figure out any RTA box is I start by putting everything in storage because I want to just see all the things together. It helps me visualize. So we're going to come down, we're going to pull out your LD5s. And then we're going to figure out which one we want to build around, because if you've got LD5s, you typically want to build around them. I think it was mostly dark, right? We have the Hanwol, but we're not gonna use him. Actually, technically you could. Technically you could with the other turn 1 type monsters you have. I mean, Sam. The wine country actually closes pretty early. We would, what I'm figuring is we would rent, we would have like a space where everybody could go downstairs and drink afterwards, just have some wine. I'm not picturing like crazy hangover partying. Could happen. But like, so I went to this hotel in wine country about 6 months ago. Oh, guys, I gotta tell you. Hold up. Oh, man, I want to show some photos, but I'm not programmed to on stream. If we get this thing going, I'll show you guys some photos. But there's this place called Quattro Quattros, which is basically just like it's a light menu restaurant plus a winery that sits on top of a cliff edge overlooking the ocean. You go to the winery and then they drive you up like a 1-lane dirt road to the top of the mountain. There's like nothing up there. You're just out in the middle of nowhere. And you watch the sunset over this cliff. It's awesome. The food was incredible, wine was incredible, and it's just like a crazy experience. So we went to Ensenada a few months ago. We went to Quattro Quattros, and then we rented this hotel. It was like a brand new built hotel, and it had this giant courtyard with like a fire pit and stuff. And so what I was figuring is something like that. We rent one. But it's a smaller hotel, like maybe 50 rooms, 40 rooms, something like that. And I was figuring we find one of those like newly built, really nice hotels that are kind of on the smaller side, where we would just have our own courtyard. We take the limo out to the hotel, and then we can just kind of taxi around to the different wineries, so nobody has to worry about driving in a foreign country. And because a lot of people coming down to Mexico wouldn't be comfortable driving down here. Plus, if we've been drinking, right? But if we get out into the wine valley, and so then what I'm figuring is we can do like one day towards Ensenada, but maybe not. But mostly just the wine valley. It's like a great place to have a get together and to chill, have some drinks. We have our own private courtyard. We'll have a really quiet hotel that would mostly be rented out on our own, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, there's a lot of cool stuff we could do. Sham, thanks for dropping in, man. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, Holmesy, if you want to, here. So if anybody wants to Google Quattro Quattros, that's just one example. There's a lot of different really cool places I know down here. But Quattro Quattros, I feel like, would be an amazing place for the meetup. Dude, okay, so check it out. Quattro Quattros, we had to leave a deposit of about $50 a person, and that deposit credits towards your food. I was expecting it to be expensive, because things down here, I mean, it's cheaper than in the US, but like where I live, it's actually not super cheap. And if you want like the high-end gourmet experiences, it's not like dirt cheap, right? It's cheaper than in the US, but it's still not cheap. So when we did Quattro Quattros and we did the $50 deposit, I'm figuring like maybe it'd be like 50 to $100 a person, but you get like this 2-hour experience, and that would be like with your food and your wine and the experience and the bus ride and everything. Anyway, at the end of it, we had our drinks, we had our food, we had everything. When we were ready to cash out, the waitress comes up and she's like, "You still have $20 in credit left. Do you want some food to go?" And we were like, "What?" We didn't even burn through the whole thing, man. It was crazy. Super reasonably priced. Really cool too. When you get to the winery, they put you in the bus and then they like hand you. They just like give you a drink, and like, I mean, the bus was sketch, man. The bus was sketch. Like 50-year-old bus driving up when I say one lane, I don't mean one lane each way either. I mean one lane, just winding up a mountain in a 50-year-old bus. It was sketch, especially coming back down when it's pitch black and there's no street lights because you're just on a dirt road on a mountain. But going up, they just give you a beer. They say get in the bus, and they drive you up to the top of the mountain. It's a cool experience, man. It's a real cool experience. So. All right, so dinner roll. Let's do your box now. Let's get going. So, pure vanilla cookie. This chick is pretty legit, and she actually could work interestingly with some of your box. But the problem is, when I see her, I think what you're going to be countered with most frequently is going to be stuff like Sekhmet. Knowing that you can't really use a morph, for example, to cut her, and knowing that you can't really use a vertihile to cut her, I worry that she's not going to synergize with the best of your monsters, which is Tian Lang. So Tian Lang is really tricky because if you play Oliver, he nerfs your own Oliver, so you have to kind of find comps that you can use him in that would convince the opponent to run Oliver and vertihile and stuff like that. Which means that it's kind of hard to make Tian Lang your own, like your only, you can't spam him anymore. You used to be able to just spam him. You can't anymore. but he's still your best monster. He's still the one that you want to build around. Not having Oliver, that makes it all the better. But it was just an example. Like, you can't play stuff that attack bar boosts because the Tian Lang nerfs your own team as well as the opponent team at that point. So the Dark Vanilla Cookie, I don't know if she really does enough for your particular team that I think I would recommend. Probably, I mean, you can probably keep her ruined, you can probably keep her in the box, but I don't think we would build around her. Hanwol. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much experience with him, but I always felt like he needed a buff. I still feel like he needs a buff. I don't know that he really does enough. I feel like Chung Pung, Poseidon, there's so many monsters that probably do more. The fact that he doesn't activate passives is nice against Beast Riders. Miho, who you're probably never going to see. I can't really think of anybody else. Like, I don't know, does he bypass the Abelio passive? But I feel like Abelio's passive procs on the other monsters as well. And even then, like, does he really even do enough damage that he can one-shot stuff? I don't know. I feel like he probably doesn't go into your box. Realistically, I think the Dark Robo is probably going to be better than the Dark Vanilla Cookie right now. Not that it's a better unit, but that it just fits the meta better. Dark Vanilla Cookie's probably a better unit overall. A really unique kit. But the Dark Robo fits the meta better. The problem here again, though, is the Tian Lang and the Dark Robo just kind of counteract each other. Well, not so much counteract each other, but the Tian Lang really nerfs the Dark Robo a lot. So you can't bring the Dark Robo out early, or you'll never be able to draft Tian Lang. So it's got to be kind of like a last pick. But I think it's an interesting unit to have in your box. I think the Dark Vanilla Cookie can stay in your box, but I just don't know exactly where it fits yet. But at the end of the day, what we want to build around is the two-pronged, the double-headed danger threat, or double-headed... Basil, I mean, you win some, you lose some. That's probably the best I can say. You win some, you lose some. And I know there's no G there too, but it's just like how I visualize. I don't know. Too many years of saying it that way. No, Tian Lang doesn't nerf Beelzebub. So it says you'll be revived with 100% attack bar. So what I'd be really curious about is if he nerfs attack bar when revived, but I don't think so. I don't think this is gained attack bar. I think his attack bar is just set to like 106 with this artifact. So he doesn't nerf him there. R5, the slowest you can be is with will runes like 117-ish. 117-ish with a max speed tower, you know. Alright, so yeah, I would say what we want is the two-headed threat state of Leona and Tian Lang. So you basically, because Leona's going to hard counter a lot of turn 1 teams that are low damage, and Tian Lang also is honestly going to counter those teams. These two can probably be played together a lot, but they can also be separated and hard counter different types of drafts. So I would definitely focus on these two. Beelzebub right now is not really great in this meta, but he is an amazing anti-cleave unit. You won't see that many cleaves, but he's worth keeping in your box. I don't speed tune him into my team anymore. I don't give him, I build him later in my cycle and just give him really, really high damage but slower runes rather than speed tuning him, so that he's not like competing with other monsters, because I only draft him like, he's in less than 1% of my fights. He's just not generally super good right now in this meta because everything resets, but there are situations where you can bring him as a 5th pick and he's just a great 5th pick. So yeah, I would keep the Beelzebub. I wouldn't tune him directly into your box. I would build around the Tian Lang and the Leona. I do prefer Leona on Vamp. There's a case to be made for Vio simply because she can proc out of control, but I feel like the Vamp is really important for her because you can work her down, but if she gets just one turn and she's on Vamp, she's right back to full health, and that turns the fight completely around. So I would definitely go Vamp on the Leona. Max resistance I feel like is essential in that build. So Vamp, max resistance, obviously just really high defense. Alright, so if we're going to work around a Tian Lang Leona box, and we know that your Swift is not like terrible. I mean, plus 208 on a Bastet is really solid. That'll be plus 215-ish on your Sekhmet, something like that. Plus 209 if this is your fastest set. You have unmaxed runes on your Sekhmet, bro. You have 108 million mana and you have an unmaxed rune on your Sekhmet. Bro, what's going on there? Alright, so let's see what your fastest Sekhmet would be. We don't need to take that rune. Accuracy there. Okay, I mean that's fair. You know, I had to point it out. I'm just saying I had to point it out. Let's see. That's a nice rune, but we don't need the broken set there. So that's a nice rune as well. This one, crit damage versus. Oh, that's a flat rune. Yeah. We want crit rate here since we don't have. Do we have a fast crit rate rune? 27. 27. So what if we took this Will rune? Could we get her onto Will? Let's see. That's resistance, HP, attack. Okay, so that gets really slow. What if we did that? 30 versus 27, 28. Okay, so if we did... Yeah, so she'd have to be on this one, huh? Okay. Wow. Yeah, your Swift's not that bad, bro. Yeah, so you could do something like this. I don't think it's worth losing 7 speed for. I don't think it's worth losing 7 speed. I like her on Will, but it's not worth losing the 7 speed for it. In which case, I probably just do this. Even though there's not a whole lot of value in her being on crit damage, it's faster, and when she does crit, she'll hit like a truck. And then I would probably go... Do you have a shield rune with no, that's focus. Wow! Okay. Then I would probably do this. I just put her on broken. Wait, why do... Oh, we lose... No, we gain speed, yeah. That just needs to be maxed. Yeah, this is not bad. Crit damage Sekhmet. She'll only be 50-50 to crit, but I like this. I'd probably do her like this. You can switch it back if you don't like the build. But 50-50 to crit, and then she hits like a truck. And then I would just switch these up to attack artifacts, I think. Oh, I don't know. That HP's getting pretty low. Well, but yeah, here you can gem HP over the flat defense. You can actually, I think these runes have some room to work. This is not maxed. This one's already gemmed and grinded, right? So what do we have here? So here you would put HP, attack. Oh, no HP. Oh no, HP is there already. Yeah. So here we put the attack. You had a bunch, right? 6. Oh no, that was the only one. Okay. So we won't regrind it, but that gives us, this will give us an idea of where we can be at. Okay, that rune's pretty nicely done. That rune's done. That rune's done. I mean, you could go attack here and just YOLO the Sekhmet, but right now she's food for, in this build, she's basically food for a Masha, so I probably put the HP gem here, and I'd probably do the Legend. I'll leave that up to you, but I would probably go with the Legend HP there for this particular build. And then I would just, like, regrind. Just get some regrinds and stuff. Roll it? Okay. Ah. 13 would have been sick there. 13 would have been sick there. Especially because you don't use that many HP gems on Swift anyway. I think that's it, right? Everything's done now. Here we can put that for sure. And shield. And here I'll let you do that one if you want, but I mean that's actually, so we kept the same HP. She's at the same HP, she gains speed and crit damage. So that's a pretty solid build. Now the question is, do you go with attack arties here or do you keep HP? I think you probably keep the HP. I think you keep the HP, but when she does crit, if she crits on something with a defense break, so especially if she's hitting wind, I mean if she's hitting wind, you're 64 to crit. If she crits on something with a defense break, her multiplier is insane. And I think that's a good use of that rune. Go ahead and just throw that up there as well, and then let's get back into your box. Alright, so obviously the Miles plays a big role, and then the Sekhmet plays a big role in the current meta, as does Masha, as does Teshar. So let's bring out some of the basic units that are definitely going to be out, and then we're going to cycle back through your box a little bit more. Dominic, Riley, I missed one, Sekhmet. All of these are like just, if you have them, every one of these units, if you have them, should be in basically everybody's box, if you have the depth to rune them. Now these units, I don't even have them more runed, for example. So, oh, okay. So we'll take a look at what's missing devils. You know, I'm not sure, Ahmed, but I think so. We'll take a look at what's missing devils and we can pare down from there a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to find every unit that is kind of RTA viable, keeping in mind your box. So we're going to wind up with way more than the 35 to 45 that we're targeting. And then we're going to scale back from there. So part of the scale back will be for stuff that's not deviled. Part of the scale back will be for stuff if we just think that we don't have the rune depth for it. I'm going to skip the Cian because I just don't really see you ever drafting him. I think you have too many threats in your box already. Like Leona is going to be better than Cian almost every time. Pure Vanilla Cookie would not... I wonder what would happen with Pure Vanilla Cookie and Tian Lang. How many turns would Tian Lang take with the Pure Vanilla Cookie on the field? I guess not that many, right? He gains 20% attack bar. They nerfed that, right? It's 15 now? Yeah, it's 15. So he would be back to his old 20% with the Pure Vanilla Cookie. What up, Renov? How you doing, man? That's an interesting thought, but I don't think it really makes sense. Honestly, I don't think it makes sense. Ren could be interesting for your team, but same thing. I don't think it really makes sense. The 120 base speed doesn't really do enough for you. The Tomo, definitely. Tomo would be really good. Tomo, Tian Lang is really good together. Tomo, Tian Lang is really good together. Obviously, we need the Douglas. I could see the Yogun playing. I don't know about the Belinus. Hey, Renov, I appreciate that, bro. Helena's really good. Daphnis, we already got one Tessarian out. Brondy is kind of underrated. We could run the Chiwoo. Fire Monkey, Laika. definitely both have a place. Rika has a place. I don't think it eats the skill 2. I think it affects the skill 3. I think it affects the skill 3, but Tian Lang puts out so many debuffs that they still work together nicely. At least when I face Tomo Tian Lang, it kind of wrecks me. Let's see. Oh, no, this does increase. I thought it was an instant turn. You're right. That would eat the skill 2. That would eat the skill 2. And it eats the skill 3. So maybe they... Okay. That's weird because I've faced them together and it wrecks me. Maybe I just drafted badly, though. Maybe I just drafted badly. Probably I drafted badly then. Because I just remember getting destroyed by that comp a couple of times. But it could be... I mean, honestly, like... Those are the little things. Like, I actually thought the Tomo skill 2 was like the Ciara skill 2, where it was an instant turn, not a... I should have known that too, because Gyu is only 100% attack bar. Gyu is 135 because of the passive. But... Yeah, I think that's what it is, because Gyu always takes that extra turn because of her passive. I was thinking it was an automatic turn, and anyway, yeah. I played it differently. So kind of my point here is just basically I played it differently. I drafted badly because I didn't realize they counteract each other. Alright, let's see. So Vanessa's viable, but I don't know if we would want Vanessa for your box, but we'll throw her out there for right now. She's almost certainly not going to make the cut, but we'll throw her out there for now. Garo Draco Claire, none of those. Royd, none of those. Gingerbread, no. These 4, yes. Fang, yes. Tiana, yes. Ethna, yes. Eladriel, probably not. Charlotte for sure. Lagmaron could work really well with Tian Lang. Lagmaron could work really well with Tian Lang. Good catch, man. I always go through the box twice, but I did miss the Diana the first time. Good catch on that one. Molly's been big this season. Molly's been real big this season. She counters the current meta pretty well. I have the tableau marked, right? Yeah, I have the tableau marked. Did we have a Molong? You missing Molong? No, we have Molong Bulwark. So Molong Bulwark, Icarus, Leona can be really good together. I think that's about it. So let's make one more run through. I don't feel like... No, I didn't miss Kinki. I personally don't feel like Kinki has a place in RTA. People have been trying to use him more this season, but he's so easy to beat, man. He's just so easy to beat. Let me see what my win rate is against Kinki. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna check. If Kinki has, so my season win rate right now is about 57%. So if Kinki's win rate against me is higher than 43%, I will put him in the box, because that means that he's winning more than the average monster. If his win rate is lower than 43%, then I'll stand by what I say, that he shouldn't be in RTA. So let's take a look. I honestly don't know what it is. Now I'm like nervous I'm going to be eating my words or something. I actually am. I'm like nervous I'm going to be eating my words because I've been talking crap about Kinki forever. So there's a website, Dinner Roll. It's, I use SW Arena. There's 2 different websites, or actually there might be 3, but there's 2 for sure. SW Arena and RTA Info. Let me see here. This should show it, right? Let's do that and that. Alright, so this is opponent monsters. These are the monsters that I faced. I've sorted it by lowest win rate with a minimum of 15 picks. So the monster I beat the most is Leo, followed by Diana, Xingzhe, Molong, Windrobo, surprisingly. It feels like Windrobo always wrecks me. Tomo, Tessa, Douglas. Uh-oh, Kinki's looking solid right now. Kinki is... Have I lost to Kinki? I can't have lost to Kinki that much. There's no way. Okay, Kinki just hasn't been picked more than 10 times against me. That's all it is. I was like, there is no way I could have lost to Kinki that much. Just absolutely none. Okay, let's go 0. So, Terrachroma, see, let's go 3. Let's go 3. Wow, I've beaten, the monster I've beaten the most is Kitanda Shang. Wow. Okay, Tiana, Oberon. Where's Kinki? Musa, Kraka. There's just no way. There is no way. I know I got luck sacked by a Kinki one time. Well, by one guy 2 times in a row. There's no way he's beyond this. There's just no way. So I've lost to every Bastet. I've lost to almost every Tetra, Josephine, and Silai. Alright, let's just look him up. Kinki. Interesting. So I don't have data on Kinki. That's what it is. Okay, apparently I don't have data on Kinki. Wow, that's weird. So it has every match except the Kinki matches somehow. Okay. Huh. My data is not available? What's going on here? Okay, here's my data. So my highest win rate is Wunsa. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I do not find Kinki a threat. Let's see. All right, we'll take a look at last season. Opponent monsters. Kinki. 48% against me last season. Last season was a little bit. Last season he was just a little bit stronger. He got even weaker this. Well, last season he was stronger against me. I don't know. Can't believe it was 48% last season. But so my win rate last season was 53. So he won 1% more than normal above me last season. This season, there's no way he's even there. There's no way. But either way, I don't personally believe Kinki should be in your box. I think there's almost always a better pick. He's dead to Oliver, he's dead to Dominic, he's dead to Fang, he's dead to Molong and Bulwark. Exactly, Merrick. That's what I'm saying, Merrick. See, you got me. You know what I'm talking about. No, but seriously, I mean, he's dead to so many things. Like, you can use him, but I don't like having him in your box because I feel like people rely on him too heavily. The thing is, a lot of people will try it. A lot of people run Kinki Ragdoll together. If you had Ragdoll, I would be a little bit more inclined to say put Kinki in your box. I don't think that's the best pairing you can run with Ragdoll, but I think that's like an acceptable pairing. But I don't know about like putting Kinki in here with Tian Lang. Like, I don't know. Just, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Kinki. That's kind of where it stands. You can always throw Kinki in when I'm done with my recommendations. Exactly, Merrick. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, honestly, you don't really need Molong. You need anything that stuns, anything. You just actually need anything that that does any sort of like attack bar manipulation. Because if Kinki can't get off his S2, you'll kill him eventually. The revenges really don't matter. I guess I should say he's dead to rune quality. Like, people that are just running, like, a completely empty stat monster for its speed, or that are, like, crit damage Olivers. He can probably kill, like, a crit damage Oliver. He can't kill mine. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe he's dead to rune quality. He's the counter to people that don't have runes. But if Dinner Roll's trying to make it into Guardian, Kinki loses his effectiveness in Guardian. That is not true, Merrick. That is not true. I have never met a Gianna that dies to rune quality. Gianna's pure existence eliminates all the runes on your monsters. Like, if they draft Gianna, you have no runes on your monsters. Your monsters are rolling naked. Alright, so we are way over on monsters. I'm going to run through your box one more time and just get a feel for... Yeah, there you go, Ahmed. So that's probably, to be fair, that's probably, like, it took me a long time to get there. But what I should have said is that Kinki is fine. In Fighter, Kinki is really strong. In Fighter, Kinki is really, really strong. In Conqueror, he starts to become weaker, and by the time you get to Guardian, when people have deeper boxes and they can counter him more easily, at that point, Kinki has no place in RTA unless you have a Ragdoll. If you have Ragdoll, then Kinki can still play an RTA. Or if you're trying to counter an Artemil, he can play an RTA. Alright, so we're going to make one more pass through the box. This is like the longest community help I've ever done because I've been talking about all sorts of other stuff. So we're going to make one more pass through your box. We're going to make sure we didn't miss anything. I mean, Belial is playing... Nah, Dinner Roll, this has nothing to do with you, man. I've just been talking, and so I've been, like, going off topic, right? But it's more like I haven't given you a chance to... or I haven't given your account, like, the attention it deserves. So I want to make sure that I do. I want to make sure we do a proper box selection for you. So Belial, Amelia, Bastet, they all work in RTA, but we have too many monsters, they wouldn't make the cut. Alicia also really works in RTA. She would not make the cut, though. Ariel is a decent Asima counter, but same thing. I think you probably just contest speed for the most part right now. Using your Sekhmet. I wish you had Teshar. Did I miss Teshar? No, no Teshar. I did miss Ciara. I think I missed Ciara, right? I did miss Ciara. Okay. Okay, Aaliyah's fine, but doesn't really fit your box. We're not going to use any of the water 4-stars. Kali is good, but doesn't really fit your box. Same thing for John. Same thing for Nora. Same thing for Coco. I'm just not sure how you get Coco in. Plus, Coco's not deviled. Carnal, though, I missed the Carnal. Carnal should definitely go in. Belinus, I don't think we have room for. We talked about Brandia. Brandia is very underrated, but doesn't really work here. Perno, Rakan, we're not going to have room for them. We're not going to use any of the Fire 4-stars, except for the Vertihile, of course. I did miss the Bird. We're going to come down now through the wind units. Gingerbread Man has no place in the game. Oh man, this is like the worst unit they've ever given us. Hopefully they buff him. Like, they try and buff the free-to-play 5-stars. I mean, Ken's actually pretty good. Ergar is good. This guy is so freaking bad. Maybe arena offense, but it's just not. So freaking bad. Yeah, but Raccoon just doesn't. Raccoon's not really so much in the. Okay, sorry guys. I did tell you guys it's raining. My power was in and out all day today. So it looks like the stream just froze up for a second, and so hopefully the power's not about to go out. If the power goes out, Dinner Roll will finish your box offline because I don't know how long it'll be till it comes back on. But I've had power since 3. I've had power for the last 6 hours, but it was on and off all morning, and it's still raining. And now with the stream freezing, I'm paranoid. All right, so yeah, Gingerbrave, total trash. If you only know him as Water Kinki, then he clearly isn't. That's pretty fair, bro. That's pretty fair. All right, let's see. So we're not going to use Gingerbrave. This guy, I know some people have tried him, but he's not worth deviling. Odin and Tyrannus don't fit your box. Luis, very underrated, but same thing, doesn't fit the box. Scanny Hathor out of the meta. Triton actually could be usable for you, but probably not. I think the Sekhmet's going to be better. I used to hate the rain, but considering the entire global drought, and particularly on the west coast of US and Mexico, any rain is good rain. We desperately need the water, so I will never complain about us getting, or I might complain, but I might complain because that's what we do, but I'm very happy when we get rain. Right now, I'm very happy when we get rain. JJ, Xingzhe is probably actually a good fit. I think that's a good call, bro, because I think the Xingzhe Tian Lang could work too. The thing is, Tian Lang, again, he nerfs the skill 2 here, but still, the stuns would really add up and be really annoying. And they both can steal turns and counters, so I think that could work, especially in a Leona comp. Did we miss Nana, or do we not have Nana? That one kind of hurts. So you could do some, with the monsters you have, you could do some crazy stuff with Nana, but not having her, that's fine. You don't need her, but it would have made for some nice comps. All right, we're gonna skip the Eladriel. We already pulled CR. We're gonna skip the Tesh, Melias. Let's see. I don't see any other 4-stars. We're not gonna use a Lushen with what we've got down here. We already have a Triana out, right? Do you only have one Triana and it's not awakened? Interesting. Interesting. Not a big Triana and Siege user, huh? I have like 6 max skilled Trianas, and I'll probably max 4 more in tourney. So Tian Lang reduces the attack bar gain by half. Hold on, guys. I know I'm getting way off topic, but Merrick... Oh, wait. I was going to tilt you, Merrick, but I can't because I'm not logged into my account. I'm logged into the other one. I was going to show you my, I have 9 Lushens built on the main, or 8 Lushens built on the main. Did I miss them? Okay, maybe... Did I pull one out already? Did I pull... Oh, okay. I pulled one out already. And then here's the other one. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Okay, we're not going to use Darien. We're not going to use Baladian. I'm just not sure I see where Hanwol fits. I'm not going to recommend Kinki. I know a lot of people. We had a long Kinki conversation. We had a long Kinki conversation. Said on stream after I got hard apparently earlier. It's one of those days, man. One of those days. But yeah, I'm not going to recommend Kinki for your box. If you want to throw them in later, you can, but I'm just not a fan. Halfus, Amarna, no go. Lauren's still pretty OP, but there's just no room for her in most drafts. Jean just doesn't do enough. The control is nice, but she gets countered by too much, and she just doesn't do enough. If you have Nyx, maybe, but without Nyx, I don't know. I don't know if I would use Jean. Amduat can be used a little bit in this meta. I don't think he'll make the cut, but we'll pull him out for right now. So that gives us a box of 63, because your rep monster, Tian Lang, is actually in here as well. So 63, we want to cut this down to about 40. It's going to be challenging to do. It's going to be challenging to do, but let's figure out what your first pick is. So if we know you want, let's see. All right. Let's figure out your first pick. Believe it or not, Amduat can actually work in Guardian in the right situation. I've drafted him, not this season, but I drafted him some last season. He did pretty well for me in G1, G2. Okay, so Merrick, when you said "and have the biggest," I thought the next line of that was going to be a compliment, but you know, then you just went to YouTube music strikes and you went somewhere else completely. All right. So we've got the Shizuka Shihu combination that you can run. No third invincibility unit though. Shihu and Miles are both premium counters to Masha. But you're going to be playing Masha a lot more than your opponent because you don't have Oliver. So do we really want to allocate 2 huge sets? Because they both are kind of stat hungry. Or do we want to sit there with just the Shihu? So thinking again in terms of where your first pick needs to be. Where is your first pick here? I feel like your first pick actually is Miles. Looking through your box, I can see Miles being a viable first pick. I can see Moore being a viable first pick. But I think the thing with more is it restricts your pivots a little bit more. We want to give you as much flexibility as possible because you've got all the bruiser units and you've got all the CC units for the most part. I mean, you're missing a couple, but you've got more than enough to make a good team in either direction that you go. So the idea is, everything counters Leo, bro. Everything counters Leo. Just Vertihile, Tian Lang, Riley, and Juno, and you win. Yeah, no, you'll have no problems with Leo. You have no problems with Leo. You saw on mine, what was my highest win rate? The monster that I've beaten the most this season is Leo, and I'm kind of shocked I've actually lost to him at all. Basically anything that turn cycles counters Leo. Like anything that gains attack bar passively counters Leo. So I guess saying Tian Lang with the Oracle's probably not the best combination there. But basically, if they pick a Leo, you just pick Oracles, Vertihile, and you win. You can also do Diana. You can also do Antares is a huge Leo counter. Antares is like a force ban against all Leo teams. So you just do something like Juno, Antares, Vertihile, Riley, plus your first pick Miles, and you're fine. And the Miles just gives you some extra strip because they're letting the Miles through, so you just get some extra strip there. But yeah, I would not be concerned with Leos at all. Plus, if they're gonna pick Leo, they're usually gonna choreograph it. And if they build a team that doesn't make sense with Leo and then they just try and use Leo at the end, you can just ban him. Miles and Shizuka both work, but the Shizuka is a little harder to pivot into a turn 1 team. The Tian Lang will help you a lot there, but it's still not super reliable. Tomo also kind of limits your pivots. We're certainly not going to use a Yoga and a Chung. I don't think more is the right play. Dominic's a possibility, but man, Dominic just gets wrecked by Tessa, Masha. It forces you into situations where you need a lot of immunity. We're not going to go with Tiana, Triton. We're not going to go with Xingzhe. I do think the Lagmaron will give you some really good play. I think Lagmaron's interesting here. Ciara is just honestly not that good anymore. We could do something with a Tableau Jameir. Leona you can't first pick because they have too much chance to stack up against her. Dark Robo, he's gonna get nerfed by the Tian Lang a lot. So we want a first pick that allows you to play Tian Lang and that also allows you to pivot between turn 1 and turn 2. When I look through your box, Miles is still screaming that he's the best one there. Masha's maybe the second best one, but as you said, the Tian Lang kind of counteracts the Masha. Also, Masha is going to reduce the number of Olivers you face slightly. I don't know how many people will be afraid to draft Oliver into Masha, but it's going to reduce it somewhat, and obviously you want to fit. You're one of the few people who wants to face Oliver because of the Tian Lang. So I feel like the Masha first pick is going to get worse responses for you, whereas the Miles first pick could get a fair number of Olivers because they'll try and contest speed lead, which sets you up even better. So if we're going to build, plus the Oliver Leona should work together pretty well. Alright, Renov, have a good night, bro. Thanks for hanging out on stream, man. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Miles first pick. Now, that, of course, this is all theory craft, so you're going to play it for a while. If it doesn't work out, then you're going to test other stuff. I would do Miles or Shizuka. So my first choice is Miles. My second choice is Shizuka. Actually, I would go Miles, Masha, Shizuka. First choice is Miles. Second choice, Masha. Third choice, Shizuka. I think that's it. Those are. I feel like you've got to roll with those three. After those, your next choices become all monsters that don't play as well with Tian Lang. Maybe Tableau. Maybe Tableau. But Tableau is not as good in turn 2. It's the same thing. He's harder to pivot. So I really do like the Miles. I think the Miles gives you that flexibility to go both ways. So if we're working with a Miles Tian Lang comp and then we're thinking about the things that we might wind up countering. So we do need our 2 cut options right here, along with the Vertihile. Carnell would be a possibility. Juno is another possibility. To be honest, Juno is another possibility, but of course both Carnell and Juno get get harmed by having the Tian Lang in the team. So Juno obviously on her skill 1 and then the Carnal on his skill 2 will both see reductions in their kit by having Tian Lang on the team. Maybe Carnal over Shizuka. Maybe I would say go with Miles, then Masha, then Carnal. That's the order I would try things. Miles, then Masha, then Carnal. Now, as far as the monsters that pair with a Miles core, that would then be able to go into either Tian Lang or Leona. We need our 2 cut units, we need Shizuka, we need the Molong Bulwark. Abelio is amazing in the meta. Josephine is good as a deep box pick. The Samath and the Vanessa are basically both 33 leads. I don't know how often you're going to need to really do that full-on speed contest because you have the Triple Revenge Verge, you have the Tian Lang. And the Samath in particular, he's kind of dead to Oliver. I mostly see him used by people who have Nephthys or units that are just like OP turn 1 units, where your LD5s are not exactly of that mold. So I think we can drop the Samath. I would rather see you use the Vanessa as your backup speed lead in most cases. This guy, he's actually really good, but I just don't see you having a space for him in your team. The chiwoo also, I mean, we have to think about how many Swift sets that you can allocate. I don't know if I feel like the chiwoo is going to have a spot in your team. As far as the number of strippers we have, so this is going to be Despair, Swift on the Sekhmet. I think the Annabelle can go away because we have Molly. Also, the Tetra can go away. Tetra is devastating to me because of the Abelio, but I'm sorry, because of the Volantis, not Abelio. But it's such a niche pick and it requires a pretty decent rune set to be effective. Annabelle also really good unit. Annabelle can be amazing. Honestly, Annabelle can be amazing with Tian Lang because you get the strips into slows and stuns and defense breaks. I think we'll hold on to the Annabelle, but we'll drop the Tetra. That gets us down a little bit. The Helena, that's another unit that can be OP, but I just don't know if she exactly fits your box. And the Daphnis, man, Daphnis, I think for right now at least, we're going to think about keeping him. Leica right now, really strong unit in RTA, really kind of underrated unit in RTA. But do we have room for him in our box? We got to get the box down to 40. You can only run so many monsters. And actually that's a case for Leica because we want him on Vampire. So I think we keep him there. But we've got to start dropping some monsters down. These Sagar, really strong monster again. He pairs great with Tian Lang. Kind of want to keep him in there. The Triton, I think, has got to go away. Triton's got to go away. He's not, I don't know, actually. Man, you're not kidding. You've got a freaking tough box, bro. You've got a really tough box. You've got a really tough box. I don't think you take the Heigang out, man. You can make a case for more and more make it drop, but the Heigang stays. For sure the Heigang stays. I think we can drop the Tiana. You're not playing the type of team that synergizes well with Tianas. I also think we can drop the Triana. I mostly keep Triana in my box for like anti-Daphnis, but now that he defense breaks without strip, I haven't drafted her almost ever. What up, Ronzo? How you doing, man? That brings us to 55. So are we ever going to be able to play Molong, Icarus, Bulwark together without having the Nana and with first picking the Miles? Oh, I took out more in Heigang. I thought you were telling me to take them out. Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate it then. I misunderstood you. Yeah, let's put those back in. I think we gotta drop the Dark Robo and the Wind Robo because we already have too many strippers and these units don't play well with Tian Lang. They're really strong units. I also think as much as I want to have your LD5 in here, I just don't know. I'm not going to drop her out yet, but I don't know that she makes the cut. We can drop the Amduat and the Icarus as well. I think we can drop the Veramos. Those are all units I feel like could be useful, but we've got to get this box size down a little bit. In terms of supports, we've got the Abelio, Bulwark, Wusa, Annabelle, Riley. Molly, Escher. We have too many supports in here. You're not going to be able to rune them all. Bolberg is really big. Abelio is really big. Wusa, I think, is kind of important to have. So then the question becomes, how often will you play Annabelle? I think you can play Annabelle pretty often, to be honest. So the Escher's got to go away. The Escher's the one that's got to go away because we have too many supports. The Riley, I feel like you probably want to keep her. The Molly is really strong in the meta right now. So, I don't think she's going to make it, but where I'm seeing her possibly being used is with the Tian Lang, because she gets the free strip, push slow, but yeah, honestly, I've gone to her like a whole bunch of times. I just don't see her making it. I don't see her making the cut. The Jemira I also don't see making the cut. Lagmaron I do think could make the cut. I think Lagmaron is really interesting. Charlotte is definitely going to fit with a lot of these drafts. Ethna is tricky because we don't have, I feel like maybe for your team, I think maybe the choice here is going to be between Chiwoo and Ethna. So do we rather have Chiwoo or Ethna? We have so many strippers already, right? We have 1, 2 strippers here, technically Molong strips. These are single target, but we're not even going to count that. Just looking at AoE strippers, the Yogun's probably got to go, but that's 4 AoE strippers already, right? 5 AoE strippers. There was no Praha, huh? No Praha. 6 AoE strippers, 7 AoE strippers. Do we just drop Triton? I think we drop, when you compare it between Triton and Chiwoo, because we're only going to have 1 Swift set available, we got to drop the Triton. Oh, you were talking about Icarus. When you said dark thing, I thought you were talking about the dark pure vanilla cookie. Now, the Icarus would be better if he had Nana. The reason I dropped the Icarus out is because he doesn't have Nana. Yeah, Tian Lang himself is a stripper, but I was talking about like 100% or, well, core strippers, because technically Chung's not 100 either, but just kind of core strippers there. I don't think you're going to have a lot of draft cases for the Yogun either, to be honest. I don't think the Yogun's going to fit that many drafts. That gets us down to 47. We want to try and drop out 7 more, but if we only get down to like even 43, I'll be okay. Like 43-ish is okay, but anything over, and then I'm assuming you have the rune depth to put on to 43 monsters. If you don't, you may need to get lower. But some of the pivot monsters I'm keeping here, like I know you said your vampire runes are bad, but you do the best you can. These 2 are both vamp builds. There's a mix of vamp swift despair builds in here. The Savannah... So Savannah, Rika, Carnell. Those are all 3 AoE CC-ish kind of units. You're probably going to face a fair number of Junos, so we can drop the Rika and focus Savannah, Carnell for those 2. I don't think I'm sold on the dark vanilla fitting here, because let's say you do more CP, but you're on a first pick. Because if you're on first pick Miles, if we're assuming Miles is in the core, the Mephisto can go on Despair. He's a pretty rare pick, but I think the Mephisto, my win rate with Mephisto is really high. If you pick him at the right times, he's really useful. As far as the more CP, so like if let's say you go Miles more CP, we know we want 1 LD5 in there. How often is the Dark Vanilla Cookie going to be that 3rd pick? Because then if they just ban the CP, I don't think you have the damage. That's the issue, is I just don't think she's going to give him enough damage. She's going to work better if you have certain LD5s that, like she'd probably work great with like a Nephthys, for example. I think the Poseidon can go away. Poseidon can go away for sure. Shihu and Miles, they kind of cover the same role. Annabelle, Shizuka, they sort of cover the same role. So these units are a little bit duplicated. Josephine definitely has a defined role. Wusa has a defined role. Molong, Bulwark have defined roles. Chandra, I'm a little bit iffy on, but he's our extra speed lead. So in terms of speed leads, that's 1, 2, 3. We also have the Ciara. Maybe the Ciara is the drop, because we have 5, right? Ciara's win rate is abysmal, and she really just doesn't do much in general. I think the Ciara nerf kind of made it so that we don't really want her. Oh, and we have the Vanessa. So yeah, that's a question then. Would you go Chandra or Vanessa? Because they probably cover the same role. I think we could drop the Chandra for you. I've actually, his win rate is really good, but I've had trouble getting him to work also. I think we can drop the Chandra. That gets us to 43. And that gets us to 5 speed leads. So that's a good number in case they steal a couple and then you don't want to be forced to take one that you don't want. This way you can choose between them. I have 6 speed leads, so we have the Tableau, Vanessa, one, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 speed leads. Did I drop one too many? Oh, 5, yeah. We have 5 speed leads. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? I don't see a 6. Okay, the Magnum has a very defined role. I usually like to have a Miho in the box as well. If you're going to run Magnum, I feel like Magnum Miho run great together. I only see 5, bro. I don't know where you're seeing 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 speed leads. You might, I don't know if you're behind maybe. Oh yeah, I dropped the Ciara. Alright, so I'm looking at the Lagmaron. I know the Lagmaron's not deviled. I really feel like the Lagmaron would be awesome with the Tian Lang, the Chung Peng. I feel like the Lagmaron could be really good in your box. I think Charlotte is an incredibly strong monster. I think we need to keep the Ethna or the Chiwoo, but I don't know if we keep them both. We keep the Chiwoo. Between those two, I think maybe the Chiwoo makes more sense. So we drop the Ethna. That gets us to 42. We kind of want to drop 2 more. That would be the minimum goals, to drop 2 more. So we have Miles Shizuka. These, I think all the water units kind of need to stay. We also have 11 water units. We have 4, 8, 13 fire. That's a good balance. We have 5, 6, 10, 11. So okay, right now the elements are balanced. The speed leads are balanced. The number of strippers we have, I think we're still in a good range now. I think we're around, we want to be no more than around 6. I do think Chandra would work, JJ. I do think Chandra would work, but the key is you can't rune this many monsters. So we have to figure out which monsters get the runes. It's basically about prioritizing, because the more monsters you rune, the weaker the builds get. Also, the more complicated the drafts get. When you have to pick between 50, 60 different monsters, it's hard to think of the correct monster in like 30 seconds. I do think Magnum's good enough. I think anytime somebody tries to... The thing is, Magnum goes on your Fat Lushen runes, and he doesn't take runes from anybody, and he's a guaranteed win against any Bastet Lushen cleave, if you have last pick. I've only lost once with Magnum in 6 seasons, and that was just because I drafted him at the wrong time. So Magnum definitely stays. Molly definitely stays this season. Beelzebub, Tableau, all of the LDs that we have down here, they definitely stay. Lagmaron is the one that right now has the biggest argument to be dropped, simply because he's not deviled. His buff was really nice, but I mean, do I tell you to devil a monster just to test it? Because if he winds up not working, I feel like he'll work really well. But what if he doesn't? And then you've wasted a lot of devils. So I think we take the Lagmaron out, and I think I took 2 other units out in that process. It looks like water units got pulled out. The Moor and the Hay Gang again. There we go. I would consider testing the Lagmaron in the future when you've got the devils, but for right now, I don't know that that he'd be my my choice just because he's not deviled. And then I'm leaning towards Daphnis being the last one that we drop. I like the Xingzhe Tian Lang pairing a lot. I like the Tessarian. I think Tessarian, everybody should have a Tessarian in their box. I think the Douglas in your box is important. I think we need at least 2 AOE/CC units, so we're using, well, we have the Chung, of course, but more like the backup stuff. So I think the Carnell and the Savannah cover that role. I think the Dominic's important. Antares, Verd, Vanessa, Juno, all really important. Leica would be the other option. It'd be kind of one of these two. Between these two, I'd probably rather keep the Leica because we don't have a Miho. In the box, we have a Miho, but not in the box. And so Leica's kind of taken that role of the Miho. I think I would take Daphnis over Leica. I feel like the Mephisto can be devastating if you pick him at the right time. He doesn't get picked a lot. He's like Beelzebub. The demons don't get picked a lot, but if you pick them at the right time, they're really, really good. Sagar is my other choice. These two units are very kind of similar, and they both require a lot of rune quality. But I think when I look between these two units, I feel like the Sagar would fit better with the Tian Lang, because Tian Lang's got a chance to cut in front of the Sagar. And if he does, then the Sagar gets to control the whole team, while the Daphnis only snipes one unit. And they're going to use kind of similar rune sets as well, so they're really in the most direct competition. Fang is kind of a niche pick, but man, Fang is so impactful if you pick him at the right time. Diana is the other one we could argue to get rid of because you have Tian Lang, so I don't know how often you'll be able to draft the Diana. So it'd kind of be between Daphnis and Diana, I think, because I like everything down here. So it's between the Daphnis and the Diana. I'm going to go Daphnis. I'm going to say drop the Daphnis. So this is where I've got your box, bro. This is where I've got your box. We got you down to 40. The two monsters I would say that you would want to test next would be Daphnis and Lagmaron. But focus on getting this box, and then what I would do, put your best rune set on Miles, and work Miles as the first pick. I would have really big rune sets, like in terms of priority, it's going to be Miles, Tian Lang, Leona. Molong Bulwark need pretty good runes. Masha needs good runes. Sekhmet, we actually built your Sekhmet, so that's fine. And then Chung needs good runes. That's probably going to be your core. So your core, if you're going either turn 1 or turn 2 using Miles as that pivot, you probably run, if you use Miles and they go with Oliver, you're going to use a lot of Masha, Tian Lang +2. If you open with Miles and they try and Bruiser, then you're going to run a lot of Molong Bulwark +2. I think Leona's going to fit in a lot of those Molong Bulwark teams. So is Dominic, so is Riley. So those are kind of some of the units that you want to prioritize, the Dominic, the Riley, the Leona. And then in the turn 1 teams where you're basically going Miles, and then they come back with the Oliver, you probably have something like the, your counter there is probably something like Masha, Chung Peng. You probably run a lot of Molly. You'll probably run a lot of Abelio. You'll probably run a lot of Vertihile in those comps. So there you go. Longest account service that accomplished the least ever. But I'm not gonna lie, you have got a really tough box. You were telling the truth, man. This was the toughest box I think anybody's ever asked me to do on stream. Just as far as finding the right synergies in there and trying to put you in a position to get the Tian Lang and the Leona to succeed. This is a tough box, man. This is a tough box, but I think once you build this box, because again, this is all theorycraft, you may, as you're going through fights, if there's ever a fight where you're like, man, I wish I had X rune, then add that in. And otherwise, after you've done 40 wings, 50 wings, check out that SW Arena site. So it's swarena.gg. It's $5 a month. For anybody who's serious about RTA, I highly recommend either SW Arena or RTA. Let me get the link for the other site because there's actually 3 in this one. No, it's RTA Picks. RTA Picks. Is that it? Man, I have the account and I have not gotten to explore the site yet. So there's another one that has much better and more in-depth stats, but the interface is a little bit harder to read. I wish Dyes was on stream because I know he prefers that site. And I would like to give you guys both sites, but I just can't remember it right now. Where is it? I'm not even finding it on a Google search. Thought it was rtapicks.info, but that's not coming up for me. So, okay, so there is another site. I can't find it right now, but if I do find it, I will share it. But in the meantime, yeah, check out SW Arena. My suggestion for you, rune up this box, do 50 to 100 wings. Like, just do your 30 wings a day for 3 days. Go check your win rates on all the monsters, and go check your draft rates on all the monsters. And the monster, if there's any monsters that you haven't used, that's who you drop from your box. And then if there's a monster that you wish you had, that's who you add into your box. And if there's monsters that you're only winning like 10 or 20% with, evaluate, am I picking them at the wrong time, or does this monster just not fit my comp? And then if there's monsters you're winning like 80% of the time with, evaluate how you can get those monsters into the draft more, or if it's winning so much only because it's a niche pick. So that's my thoughts for you. We are going to go ahead and drop this off. And I think we're just going to go straight into the second, and today unfortunately it's going to be second and final, but we'll go straight into the second and final drawing for today. Very welcome, Dinner Roll. It's by drawing, bro. It's by drawing. Dude, why do they have to pop up LD scrolls every day, man? I'm trying really hard. I don't want to buy them anymore. I don't want to buy them anymore. But it's not easy to not buy them. They don't, see the thing is, I'm like so caught up on devils. Since they added devils to the Nat 5 summon, my devil pain is done. I'm deviling dupes. I have probably 30 devils in storage right now. I don't even buy I haven't bought the devil packs the last couple of months. Like, I just can't find, yeah, I'm at a spot now where I'm good on devils. I think I have a few monsters that are not deviled right now. But that's because I'm not using them, have no plans to use them. Dude, Riley! What just happened? Yeah, that doesn't work, Merrick. Because it's just linked to an. I mean, no. What you have to do is just not buy it. Just easier said than done. I've said it before. YouTube turned me into a whale. I've had like about a year and a half now where I've been whaling really hard. No, so when you summon a Nat 5, you can buy a devil for 1,000 crystals. What do you think, guys? What do you think, guys? Can I get, if I do a Mystic 11, could I get it? Could I get a Nat 5 and demonstrate it to Merrick? Let's do one summon 11. Let's do one summon 11. Let's pull a Nat 5. Wait, do I have? Ooh, I'm kind of low on crystals. We'll do one. Ooh, not that one. We'll do one. Alright, one time, can we demo? Can we get a spark? Just a spark, actually. Yeah, well, I think all my daily crystal packs are starting to wrap up now because you get a bunch of there's a bunch of packs when you start that give you crystals every day. Hey, we got 2 sparks. That's not bad. Ooh, that's useless. Never mind. But every spark on this account is good. Every spark on this account is good because it's skill ups. Guess that's got to stop for there because I don't know how many days I have left on those daily crystal packs. And obviously they're done now. Like all the beginners packs are done. So now it's just like real game packs, which I don't really want to do much of anymore. Not on this account. But that's like, because I farm 1,000 crystals a day. Bottom of the left side where all the boxes are. I'm not sure I follow you on that one, JJ. Hey, Merrick, hopefully you pop 2 nav 5s with that, man. Well, I buy crystals, Merrick, but that's the thing. So you do get a lot of crystals in game now too. You get a lot of crystals in game, but then I also buy crystals. I mean, the daily packs give you 150, and TOA gives you, I don't know exactly how much, but a lot, 1,600, something like that, a little bit more. But that's the TOA pack and then normal TOA. So you probably get close to 3,000. Okay, I use 1,000 crystals a day farming. I use 1,000 crystals a day in my farming. I would say you get like 3,000 crystals a month from the TOA pack and 9,000, 6,000. You get like 9 to 10,000 crystals a month between TOA pack and daily packs. And then you get whatever they give you in the game, which is probably another between events and stuff. I don't know, another 1,000 or 2. So you can probably get like 12 to 15,000 crystals a month between just those 2 packs. And then, yeah. I lose this, right? I think so. I need people to attack me and drop me down further so that I can so that I can farm more. Oh, I win this. Okay. Or I need to pull Tiana on this account. Either one. I have like no strippers on this account. I think Aquila is the only stripper I have at the moment. Might be another Nat 4 stripper in there, but I don't think so. I think Aquila may be it. I could just switch. I probably will at some point. I'll probably just switch this up to the old school Megan Bernard Devolution. I have Gianna on this account. But Gianna's no good for low-level arena because nobody has will runes. I don't think I have enough damage to kill that. Because I'm farming it consistently, Merrick. You saw me recharge wings twice on stream already because I'm trying to get the towers up. So, and then I'm refreshing and I'm just picking and choosing what I can kill. I think I can kill this, actually. If he doesn't have will runes, I think I can kill this. The will runes... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good. Ah, don't kill him! Oh, that's a rip. Can we get the kill here? We can. Okay. That bad proc. Oh, come on! Oh, man. I almost had that one. I almost had that one. I don't know if I would say he's working against a 12-day-old account. That's a stretch. To say he's working against the 12-day-old account's a stretch. Ooh, good proc. You know what? I should check if I have any skill ups for not for you. For you? I didn't think so. No. Those are both new. Yeah, no skill ups. No skill ups. Okay. Oh, you need to be locked. Oh, you need to be skilled. Forgot to skill up the collie. Four more. That could be my triple S. That could be my triple S for Fire Beast. I didn't realize Kali was unskilled. A bit further down, right? Why did I start a new account? Because the Oliver meta in RTA was super boring, and I just needed I wanted to do something different. And I don't know if Dean's on stream right now, but yeah. So I was talking with somebody who started his own day one starter account. They give you so much stuff when you start, and I was like, it just sounds like fun to go back and do Summoner's Way and see how fast I can progress and stuff like that. And then the big thing is they had those $20 rune packs in the shop right now, and I was like convinced, and I kind of proved it out, that with the $20 rune packs, you can basically skip early game and just go straight to mid game. And that's true. Like, you don't even have to buy all of them. You buy, what did I buy? I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I bought 6, 7. I bought seven sets. 7 sets of runes. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And then I bought all the starter packs, and that was enough. Like, the starter packs give you crystals every single day. You can use those crystals, convert them to summons, obviously to farm. But with the starter packs, I'm getting like 1,200 crystals a day when I log in. So that's like a free round of summons every day. They give you 2 trans scrolls. I mean, you buy them, but you can get 2 trans scrolls, and then you bought like the 7 rounds of packs, and I was able to get my teams up, and now I have a functional alt. And gives me a challenge, like to work with a smaller box. It'd be a lot more complicated. When the time comes for me to start RTA on this account, it'll give me a new challenge because I don't know how much further I can try and push on the main. I'd be nice if I could make G3 this season, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. And yeah, the Oliver meta, it's just boring, man. Like, every match for me is pretty much, it's not, boring is a strong word, but I'm playing a lot more of a style that I don't enjoy. In order for me to push an RTA, I have to play a lot more turn 1. I don't exactly play CC, like I don't use a lot of Chung, but it's kind of CC-ish. I play a lot of turn 1, and I play like a quasi-CC style, and it's just not a style that I enjoy. The matches go like that, and I use a lot of the same monsters over and over, and it's just not a style that I enjoy as much. I would much rather be playing a Bruiser turn 2 style, And that's just not really possible for me, at least. I can't figure out how to do it in the Oliver meta, so I was like, let me just do something else while I wait for Oliver to get nerfed. That's pretty much what it was. What Oliver, yeah, Eric said it. What Oliver does is win the game. Or Enoch, excuse me, Enoch said it. What Oliver does, he's a 33 speed lead who also has a really strong kit. The thing is, it's not that Oliver himself is the most broken monster in history. He's pretty broken. But he's not the most broken monster in history right now, in the current meta, because they keep boosting stuff. Like, they keep buffing stuff to make it so that it can try to counter Oliver. They've buffed chiwoo, they've buffed Masha. They keep trying, and they gave Oliver one small nerf. And they keep trying to buff stuff so that it can counter Oliver. But all that stuff they buff, it still hasn't driven him out of the meta because he's a 33 lead. So if you have a 33 lead that is also a really strong monster, then it forces almost every match into being a really fast speed contest, basically. Whether or not Oliver, I think Oliver's win rate for the season is like 51, 52%. So he's 51.5, something like that. So he's not like crazy imbalanced at the moment, but he forces every single match into a match that accounts for him. Like, he just bends the entire game around him. He's the Steve Jobs of Summoner's War. All right, anyway, on that note, Ahmed, you asked me if you're in, bro. You are in for 600. Actually, no, Leo's food to an Oliver player, bro, because Oliver absorbs attack bar, so he just turn cycles. As long as you got will runes on your Oliver, man, Leo's food, man. Leo teams are just food for Oliver. That's why Leo is the unit that has the highest loss rate against me this season. So you put a Vertihile in there, man, and Oliver will just take every turn in the entire match. Yeah, I'm actually about to draw now. That's why I was letting you know you're in. So guys, we are going to be doing the drawing in about 5 seconds. I'm giving you your final countdown. Let's see. Do I have a wing left? I have one wing left. So we're going to be doing the drawing at the end of this wing. Let's see if I can actually win one. All right, we'll do this one. We're going to be doing the drawing at the end of this wing. All right, do we get cut? No, I don't think we get cut. Oh, we get cut. Never mind. Ah, rip. Oh, the defense buff did some... Bro, the defense buff from the Megan, man. Who needs Bastet? Who needs Bastet when you got Megan? Now, can I kill though? Apparently not. Whoa! Look at the cocky go. Alright, we gotta win. Can I upgrade anything in the shop yet? I don't think so. 118, 125. Yeah, we can do... No, I can almost do win. Almost do win. Okay. Alright, there we go, guys. So, the last community help is... no, side text, nice time. Side text, get your tickets in right now, bro. I was literally about to click draw when I saw you. Get your tickets in now, bro. I think I have one Labyrinth wing left, so I'm going to give you your chance. Well, I did that one already. I did that one already. You have anywhere to go? I didn't do this, right? Yeah, let's do this. I don't know if I can even do this on normal. I need to build a Chloe or something for this. Oh, Shizuka. Shizuka will do the trick. And then do I have like anything that can do damage at all? Gianna? No. I guess the chilling. Okay. Alright guys, here we go. The final winner is Banana Cow. Banana Cow, congratulations, bro. Just confirm that you're still on stream. Alright guys, congratulations, Banana Cow. Message me in Discord, let me know what you're looking for. Do I use it here? I think I use it here. Nope, I did not need to use it there. Could have waited. Oh well. Got that down. Well, I give out a lot of points too. Like just randomly through streams, I give out a lot of points. Oh, so close. I think I lose now. Shizuka cannot proc. Nope, 2-turn freeze. 2-turn freeze, nobody can proc. Lushen is lapping. Yeah. No, that's GG. Ah, we were close. Come on, Shizuka. Resist one time, girl. Resist one time, Shizuka. Although, I think I lose the Lushen here, so it's over. Nope, Lushen's alive! Hold up! Hold up! We got a chance. Oh, I thought Fran was gonna get the turn. I thought Fran was gonna get the turn. Okay, so Banana Cow would like me to farm his account, guys. Banana Cow would just like me to farm his account. No, I'm just playing. So he would like help with RTA, and then he asked if I could keep the Giants farming in the background. I actually respect that, bro. Always farming is key. So yeah, I do respect that, and we can definitely keep you farming. Alright, we are logging into Banana Cow's account on the other screen. And we're cheesing out with the easy here. But I did one hard earlier on stream, just not Leos. I didn't need all that buffing. That was kind of dumb, but that's okay. Hey, what happens here? Does Shizuka get to bring back the... Does Shizuka get to bring back the attack buff? I'm not sure. No, she does not. Interesting. Okay. I'm on Mumu player here. Bye-bye. Flexing on the easy mode right there, guys. I'm flexing on the easy mode. I actually want to keep that. But we won't. How much, no, I'm a long way from doing my card. Dude, my Lapis is legit, man. But nah, she's not. My Lapis is trash. But Lapis actually does do pretty good damage. Kind of underrated unit. But yeah, my Lapis is trash. Actually, oh, here we go. HP. Frank, my stream schedule is actually posted in Discord. I will warn you that I'm making some changes to the stream schedule with the Siege tournament coming up. So after probably tomorrow, I'm gonna have to update it. The original stream schedule was posted around the original tournament schedule, but they changed the tournament schedule when they made when they did the last update. So I'm working on it now. There's gonna be some changes. Like one of the stream days was on the round 4 Siege tournament, which I'm not gonna stream on the day of tourney. And then I had like canceled a stream on a day that's no longer. Yeah, anyway. So there will be some changes for the next 2 weeks, or, well, for the week after this one. Starting the week after this one, for those 2 weeks, there will be a couple of changes to the stream schedule. Everything else should stay the same. When does R1 start? I'm kind of confused now because they changed the schedule. I had it all on my calendar, and then they changed it. But I think it starts Thursday, I think. I don't know. But I'm in Mithril, so we've got the buy. And so our first one is in like 9 days. I think our first one is in like 9 days or so, like a week from Thursday, I think. So that stream, there was a stream scheduled a week from Thursday. That one gets canceled because that'll be our first round. Looks like I'm guessing it'll be TM. Could be ICU, but I'm guessing it'll be TM. So it'll probably be us versus TM. And then it'll be Mali, us versus Mali here. Over here, it'll be Red versus OC, probably. I think it'll be Red versus OC on this bracket, and it'll be SSA versus APOC, probably on this bracket. Those will be good matchups. Red versus OC, Osotosina and SSA versus APOC, those will both be really good matchups. And then us versus Mali be a tough one. Obviously, there could be upsets in there, and I don't want to. There could certainly be upsets in there. And then my guild that I just joined randomly through guild search and have never spoken to anybody in, we did not make the tournament. We did not make the tournament, but Mithril, we did wind up with the second straight season of rank 1. All right, so we are in Banana Cow's account. We are not in Banana Cow, but we're in his account. And we are going to be doing the exact same thing that we just did. First, we're going to be, we'll try and farm some giants for you. So we're going to do the exact same thing we just did with Dinner Roll's account. Oh, nice. Nice and clean. Thank you very much. So it looks like we've got Jara and we've got Zerath. Zerath teams can be tricky. Any other LD5s here? Mirane is a nice LD4 to have. Oh! Why? Yes. Yes, sir. Dumont. We're going to be building around Dumont, guys. Dumont OP. Dumont is stupid OP. Okay, yeah. Hands down, we're building around Dumont. I think Dumont and Zerath could actually pair together. I don't know how much we can use Jara. It depends on where you're at in RTA. I think Jara would be effective up to like, up to Conqueror 1, Conqueror 2. I think you could actually use Jara pretty effectively. But once you get to a point where artifact damage would start to overwhelm you, which is probably around C2, yeah. So if you're in C3, which doesn't surprise me considering you have Dumont, I was like, is that Vile? Okay, so I would I'd probably put Dumont on Despair or Vile, one or the other. What's the Sekhmet? 192. I assume that's your fastest Swift. Anybody else here that would have faster Swift? Windrobo might. Yeah, there you go. 200. Okay. Huh. So you're playing, if the Windrobo's 200, yeah, we've got the more, do you have CP? Yeah, so you're playing just pretty much straight CC. Let me see some of your replays. Okay. So you're not running the Dumont consistently, but you're focused on turn 1, so Dumont's not going to fit into the turn 1 as much. That's true. This is an interesting draft. Oliver Masha here, huh? Okay. And then we've got, let's see, so Wind Robo. Yes, you're playing a lot of turn 1 stuff, and you're climbing. Playing a lot of turn 1 stuff, and you're climbing. So I don't know if we want to really blow up what you've been doing. How's your Vio? Let's see. Okay, so your strength is going to be in your Swift. Yeah, so your strength is going to be in your Swift. You find one, you told me to farm Giants. That makes sense. So Dumont is not going to play as well in those teams. That's a shame. But it's true. I would say that we probably don't want to use the Dumont as much. Is there any way? Yeah, Dumont, no, because Dumont's just, she's for longer fights, right? Like this, she's just for longer fights. Molly Praha have nicer bio. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. So then you've got some speed tuning issues, though. You have really big speed gaps. I'm okay with the Molly being faster, but the Praha being so much faster than the rest doesn't help. It doesn't synergize well, because like the Praha can strip, but then you get cut and they just rebuff. Magmar on the 186. Oliver, let's see. How far over are you? You're about 20 accuracy over what you need. I mean, Merrick, the reality is that's true for a lot of people. Julienne has my best win rate this season. Julienne is still, I think, my best LD5. There's people who would probably argue, and reasonably so, and say Volantis or Lima are better, but I feel like Julienne is my strongest LD5 when I'm actually using them in RTA. But Julienne is completely wrecked by CC and by Tessarian, so I don't get to use them that often. Now, if I was playing a different comp a couple of seasons ago, I played Julienne in practically every match. And now I am using more units that synergize together. So I'm using like the Volantis, the Nikki, and the Lima together a lot because they're all really strong LD5s, and 3 LD5s is better than 1. But it means I'm not using my best LD5 in most of my matches. So that's kind of the case here, is the strength of Banana Cow's account is definitely in Swift. He's got a couple of nice Vio sets, but he doesn't have the depth. So if you're going to play a Dumont account, then you're playing longer matches, and longer matches mean depth. And I don't think that we have the depth for Dumont. At least not, I mean, considering that you're already in C3, I don't think you're going to be able to climb. Increased glancing increases the odds. Is there a glancing buff that decreases the chance of glancing? No, there is no specific buff, but there are monsters that have skills that cannot glance. For example, the Chiwoo S2 right here cannot glance. This attack won't land as a glancing hit. So there are skills that will not land as glance. Poseidon S3, I think Teor S3, a bunch of skills that don't glance. But there's no actual buff for it. No, Pierre, it won't let you summon. If you only pick one, it just won't let you summon it. It'll tell you that you have to have a full 6 picked. Alright, so if we're not going to use Dumont, then we probably want to figure out how we can get some value out of either Zerath or Jara. I don't know if Jara fits here. The Zerath definitely does. The Zerath would definitely fit. And I didn't see you using him much. And I see why, because he's very slow, right? Zerath can do some really big damage, though. The Jar not having AoE, the passive of countering... The passive letting you counter Nanas would be useful. So if you tune the Jara last on your team, I could see the Jara being a good pick against Nanas. Jara is just going to be like a better fitting Dumont for you because they both prevent revive. Dumont's is slower, a little bit more overwhelming. Jara is going to require a little bit more setup. I wonder if you'd be able to do the damage to get the kills that you need. I feel like you probably could not, right? Because you're playing a lower damage CC team and Jara's not going to one-shot stuff. So Jara's not going to one-shot stuff. The way that you'd be able to use Jara there is if you ran something like a Savannah with him. But that becomes, it's starting to like reconfigure your team a lot. And I'm not sure that way, because you kind of need like 2 AoE defense break units. I think it probably just doesn't fit what you're doing as well. Minato I'm not a huge fan of, especially, okay, Minato is unskilled, so Minato should not be in your box at all, because I don't think Minato is actually that good to begin with. Your win rates may say something different, but I don't know that I've actually ever lost to a Minato. I've only had it picked against me a few times, but I don't think I've ever lost to one. It's like a worse Kinki. Let's see. So especially unskilled, I would drop the Minato from your box. Alright, so knowing that we're looking at turn 1 Swift style units, that's going to alter what we pick for the box. I'm going to leave the Jara and the Zerath out for right now. Let's see, so still want the Nana. Nana's a great pivot pick here. We could actually mess with Liam a little bit, but unskilled, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. The Samoth and the Bastet both fit this kind of team theme. The Annabelle and the Praha can be pivots. I don't know that they're going to be worth it. The Praha, yes. The Annabelle, probably not. But they can be pivots, so we'll leave them there. We still have to have some sort of pivot. I think the Tetra for you could wind up being useful. So mobile gaming, unfortunately, this is the last account we're doing. We did the drawing about 15 minutes ago, so stream is going to be over after this one, unfortunately. Sorry, bro. The Tetra for you could be useful if you see Volantis. Tetra just is absolutely brutal against Volantis, or other teams that just work on Volantis, mostly Volantis. But Tetra is like the unit that I lose to the most this season. If they draft a Tetra against my Volantis, I'm completely screwed. Not against Neff. The problem with Neff is the Tetra a lot of times will get killed before it even takes a turn, even if you put it on Nemesis. You could try it on a Nemesis build, but a lot of times the Tetra just gets one shot. With the types of comps that Neff runs, Sekhmet is a better counter to Neff. You want to just try and reset the Neff. I run Sekhmet Teshar against Nephthys a lot, and I've done really well with that. We haven't gotten down to see if you have a Teshar yet or not. If you don't have the Teshar, you can use the Ethna, but Teshar is definitely better. Teshar is better. Here's why Teshar is better. Teshar is better because a lot of people are not running Will Runes this season on their Swift comps, even in G3, and that's something different than what's been in the past. No Teshar or Ethna. Okay, so we'll look for something different that you can use to try to outspeed. The Sekhmet for right now is going to be a big one. But yeah, the Tetra is amazing against Volantis. I don't know, there might be some other units that Tetra is still viable against. And it's not something, because you do need her on a pretty fast set, it's not something I recommend for most people, but because I think your box is going to be a little bit smaller when we're done, I think you might have the runes to spare for Tetra. Turn 1 boxes do tend to be smaller than turn 2 boxes. Not always, but generally. Alright. This is way too wind heavy, so we'll definitely have to drop some of the wind. And then we have to see if we can figure out how we make the Zerath work as well. So JJ, it's all about the timing. Teshar I only use when it's a full speed contest. So basically there are certain drafts where they show me on turn 1 that they're going to contest speed. They just commit to contesting speed. Like if somebody pulls a Tiana early, or if somebody pulls Nephthys Maximilian early, like together, not separate. Most of the time, actually, if they draft a Maximilian, they're going to have to contest turn 1 because he never has any HP. If they draft a Tiana, they're contesting turn 1 most of the time. Maybe not always, but the majority. So when they show you that, they're contesting turn 1, then you can commit early to a draft that's going to synergize with Teshar. And in those situations, they're usually going to put their fastest Swift unit out there. They're going to run like a Triton or something like that. Then you can make up the difference there as well. Dinner roll, I would personally keep it on Sekhmet, but it's up to you. You can certainly move them around. A team for arena defense. I mean, without knowing your box, there's no way I can just give you a team straight out of thin air, but generally speaking, you want monsters that are irritating to face. You want people just not to attack your defense. That's why you see a lot of Halfus, Abelio type stuff. If you have Nigong, obviously LD5. You see a lot of Carnals. You just want a defense that looks like it's going to be really slow to attack. So the more irritating and slower your defense looks, the less likely people are to attack it. That's usually the best defenses. Unless you have like just crazy rune quality and or you have specific LD5s that work really well on defense. That's usually what you want to do, is the irritating defense. Let me skip the Dumont. Amduat actually could be useful for you. There's situations where Amduat could be useful. Oki and Varad both could be useful. Ginger Brave, no. Chandra, yes, for sure. I've got some crazy Chandra replays. I think that's it. I doubt I'm going to find any 4 stars that we want to pull up. Oh, never mind. 5 stars. There's Josephine. Josephine definitely could be useful. I might need to switch to my account and see if I can show you some replays and show you how you would use some of these pivots. I feel like maybe, because your core team, I don't think we're really going to change your core team that much. I might suggest like some different runing and stuff, but for the most part, I think your core team is probably not going to change much. So what I need to actually do is switch over to XG on my other window. I'm going to jump off the alt. I want to show you where I use some of the pivots that I pulled out of your box. So stuff like the Molly and the Josephine, those can be really impactful for you with the type of team that you're running. Wusa, Oliver, Riley, Triton. So the problem with that is there's nothing there that does any damage. So people would just be attracted to attack it. The Triton on there is good. But I would try, like if you have Triton, you could do like a Vanessa and a Triton, but then find stuff that's a little bit more annoying. And also stuff that can't be killed with Lushens. So just for example, like if you take a look at my defense right now, we have Vanessa, Nikki, Dominic, Lume. This one's designed actually to get more wins. This one really gets more wins, but the Nikki could be like a Carnal here. It doesn't have to be Nikki, right? So if you make the Nikki like a Carnal and then you change the Lume to a Triton, that could also be a really impactful defense right here. Alright, let me see what replays I have. What do I win? Yeah. Oh, but see, this one doesn't start. I need to see, yeah. Here you go. All right, so something like this, bro. You can see he opens up with the Nephthys, so I did kind of commit. Well, this is a Teshar draft though. This is a Teshar draft. Don't tell me all the LD drafts were yesterday. Not LD, Abelio drafts. Okay, here we go. Yeah, something like this. So the thing with the meta, this is really important to understand. Like I'm sure you do understand it. I didn't mean to say it that way, but this is really important to put into your mind when you're drafting. Like this is a key thing to think about. The meta is built on almost all low damage monsters right now. In almost every fight you face a lot of really low damage monsters. So if you can get a cut and a heal, then here's the thing. If you can get a cut and a heal and your opponent has no sustain, then you can a lot of times get a win. That means that Abelio is super impactful in this meta. Molly is also super impactful in this meta. Josephine, even though she doesn't heal, her shields are super impactful, but she is weaker to reset. So monsters like Volantis get absolutely destroyed by Tetra, Molly, and Josephine. But also monsters or drafts like this one can get destroyed by Abelio. So you don't have the Abelio, but you do have the Molly and the Josephine. They both can serve kind of a similar role. And I have better examples, but they may be scrolled out. I'll check back and see if I have any other, but this works to serve the example. So if you look to right here, he's committed to like a really aggressive CC team. I bring in the Abelio for a cut. He actually lets the Abelio through. And then he made a misplay here though. When he resets the Masha, he really should have gone for the Abelio. Or sorry, he really should have gone for the Volantis, but he gets lucky. My Volantis doesn't counter. And the Oliver gets the reset anyway, so even though he made the misplay, he got away with it. Now, he gets the reset on the Abelio, but the Abelio still is going to have some cut opportunities, and the Abelio still has that S1 stun. So this is, I guess, one area where the Abelio is going to be better than the Molly would. But again, this is just kind of showing you the potential power of being able to get that cut in. It just changes the entire fight. Abelio is also really good, so you probably face a lot of Junos, because Juno's really good against your type of comp, and Abelio is amazing against Juno. So right there, she landed everything on the Abelio, but he cut. And, I mean, you can see, even though Abelio got reset early, he's still controlling this fight. Let me see if I've got some better Abelio drafts further back. I was kind of tilting there. This was Juno. This one was a long pivot. Here's an Abelio one. Did I win that? Oh, this is the same dude. This is the same dude, but it still kind of shows the same thing. Now, again, I know you don't have the Abelio. I know we're talking more about Molly Josephine, but I want you to think of them in terms of role. Vanessa, Triton, Lume, Jaeger actually could work. Yeah, Vanessa, Triton, Lume, Jaeger could be decent. He bans the Abelio here, so... Okay. We gotta change this song, don't we? You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, bro. Alright, so unfortunately, I had some great Abelio replays yesterday. I had like some awesome Abelio replays yesterday. They scrolled out. I didn't really get to give you the example, and I also didn't have anything with Molly, because I've had some great Molly replays against me where I got wrecked by Molly. I didn't have anything really to show you there. I wish I did. But regardless, what I want you to think about, I wish I had some replays to demonstrate this thought process, but what I want you to think about is when you open up with your aggressive style turn 1.5, turn 1.5 style monsters, your opponent has three choices. They can try to just outlast you by going Super Bruiser or Nana, Molong type stuff. They can try and cut you by going Jiu, Masha, and stuff like that. Or they can try and contest you by going with other really fast CC monsters. Now, in those three options, when they contest you with speed, a lot of times they have to overcommit in order to try and steal monsters out of your draft. So what that means is, like, let's say you open up with the Moor, your opponent goes Oliver Chung. You come back now with the Masha plus, I don't know, Praha, for example. Masha Juno, more likely. You would go Masha Juno. Now, if your opponent's going to commit all the way to turn 1, that's a point where they might actually bring out, like, the Triton and the Sekhmet, let's say, or a Wunsa Sekhmet, you know, just something where they're committed to taking turn 1 and trying to get their Oliver to do everything, and then they're going to bring out one separate monster that they want to be a force fan. That's the situation where you're going to drop, like, the Molly. Josephine, obviously not into Oliver Chung, but that's a situation where you could drop, like, the Molly into there. And the Molly becomes the force fan because you've got the sustain, they don't. And they don't have enough damage to actually kill you on turn 1. So what you're looking for is those comps where they can't kill you on turn 1, eventually their skills peter out, and then the Molly is going to just heal the whole team back because she'll proc 20 times because that's what she does. Josephine is more of a direct counter against Volantis or monsters that have turn 1 stun. So anytime they play anything like with turn 1 stun, or anytime they play stuff that has AoE stun potential. I say Volantis a lot, obviously, because I have him, but there are other units. You'll still see Okeanos on occasion. So Josephine's a great counter to Okeanos. Josephine's also a great counter to Juno. Josephine is a great counter to... there's one more unit. Praha. Sorry, Praha. Because Praha does the AoE sleep, Josephine will shield. So anything that does a reliable disabling, Josephine shields can be huge, but you can't do it when the opponent has an Oliver. Because the Oliver will reset the Josephine. That should be fine, mobile gaming. Alright, so let's see if, here, I'm talking about Josephine a lot. Let me see, maybe there's some good replays in here that we can demo it a little bit more. Okay, Josephine against Gianna Miles Praha. I have a feeling, does he ban the Gyu here? So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about right here. This is a lot of lower damage units. Now the bombs from the Gianna will add up over time, but this is a lot of lower damage units. He does have the sustain from the Praha, so maybe it's not the perfect situation to draft it, but we've got the Masha to kill the Oliver and the Gianna. We've got the Diana taking turns, the Gyu taking turns, and then the Molly and the Josephine. So this is a pretty good example of basically your team. This one's 50-50. So I feel like he's probably going to ban the Oliver here. The Tessa and the Oliver, this is tough, but I feel like he bans the Oliver, yeah, and he bans the Molly. So we're going to get stripped into the... Oh, there it is. He procs the stun on turn 1. Josephine gains control. Yeah, look at that. Josephine gains control of the Gianna already. Gyu setting up... Oh, yeah. Yeah, Josephine's taking over here. How do you counter Douglas? A couple of ways. You can bring anything that does true damage. You can bring high damage water units, or you can bring invincibility. Or just high damage units in general. Anything with high attack. Also, you can attack break him. So Nana or... the reason you see a lot of Moors built on really high attack instead of crit rate, like triple attack with additional damage, or speed attack with additional damage by attack artifacts, because then their S1 will land on the Douglas. As soon as Douglas' attack broken, you lose. What up, Mediocre? How you doing, man? Let's speed this up. You guys pretty much, I mean, this is pretty much over already, right? You can see how impactful the Josephine was there. Obviously, the Gyu helped a lot in this draft. Ooh, that was a big proc, though. Does he kill the Tessa here? I'm doing good, man. Oh, that was a big proc from the Josephine. Okay, yeah, now it's over. Let's see. Any other Guardian fights at the moment? This one. Gianna Shizuka, Wally Young 4 LD5s here. The Josephine is probably not gonna survive here. He's banning Oberon? Gotta ban the Oberon, right? But then you get Wally Young into Han. Dude, that's just freaking toxic. I don't like the Josephine counter here. I think this one loses. This is not really where you would bring Josephine, I don't think. I feel like this is where you would bring Sekhmet and try and contest. But he does have the Molly for possible glancing. Let the Oberon through, too. Holy crap. Yeah, Josephine does nothing. Ooh, Oberon did not get the kill, huh? Han did, though. yeah, that was not where you would bring the Josephine out. That was a bad draft. About this one. This one we looked at already. Anyway, you get the idea. You get the idea. Trinity Neff CP Tiana is a viable AO. I don't know that you need the CP there. I think you bring in something that attack buffs. So you already have the... You don't need Galleon because you already have the defense breaks. So what you need is something that does AoE damage and attack buffs. AoE damage plus an attack buff. Praiseville. That would also make your speed tuning easier. Yeah, something like the Raiseveld, because then the speed buff could actually go... Oh, you're using the CP to cycle the Tiana. Never mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, you're using CP to cycle Tiana, aren't you? I still feel like maybe you don't need it, because I think you can just get out enough damage and save a turn. But the CP might be safer. To be fair, the CP might be safer. I still would like attack buff in there, though. Yeah, I still feel like I would like attack buff in there, though. What about this? Actually, why not Pungbeck, bro? So, Nephthys, Tiana, Nephthys, Galleon, Pungbeck. Yeah, Tiana, Nephthys, Galleon, Pungbeck, bro. That's what I would do. Because you're guaranteed all the attack breaks. Frank, yeah, Nikki's one of my highest win rate units in RTA. What about Linda? Can you get enough damage out of Linda? Actually, do you have Light Chun-Li? Tiana, Nephthys, Raiseveld, Light Chun-Li, bro. Tiana, Raiseveld, yeah. Tiana, Nephthys, Tiana, Raiseveld, Light Chun-Li. If you have Light Chun-Li, would be OP. No, I still think the Raiseveld is good in there. I feel like the increased attack, I mean, put it this way, what you listed would be good. I would take Chung over Charlotte between those two options. But the lack of attack buff makes me nervous. I think when you reach Guardian, you're not going to be able to get kills. I think you're going to struggle to get kills at Guardian level. I'd rather see you just try and get bigger damage out early. Could you run the Aquila there? No, you don't need it. No, no attack buff either. Cocky, man. Cocky. Cocky's the way to go. If you're lacking all that other stuff... So, Tiana, Nephthys, Raiseveld, Cocky. The Raiseveld will give you some big fluff damage, like maybe 10k. And then Cocky can... A well-built Cocky can hit for like 50k. Yeah, actually, yeah, there you go. Akamanamir, the Wind Ifrit, would be really good as well. So you could do Nephthys, Tiana, Akamanamir, Raiseveld, or Cocky. But I think the Cocky would be better. I don't know, actually I have no idea how much damage the Wind Ifrit does, but I know Cocky, a well-built Cocky can hit for 60k. That would clear everything. Ongyuki mostly just counters units that stun and don't dot. Or you can run him with a Bastet cleave. So you run him with like a Cocky and then like Bastet plus Strip and Speed Lead. So it depends on if you're playing him as a turn 1 or if you're playing him as a counter. But yeah, I think Cocky is probably the way to go for you. Alright, let's go back to Banana Cow. Alright, so who am I rooting for in Worlds? I don't know that I'm rooting for anybody. I'm rooting for no procs. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for whoever drafts the best to win and not get luck sacked. And I mean that sincerely. Yeah, I don't specifically have like a person where I'm like this person. I think I've played against some of those guys. I think some of them are amazing. I think most of them are amazing players. But I just want to see creative drafts that don't get luck sacked. That's all I really want to see. All right. So as far as your box goes, Nephthys, Tiana, Miriam, Kaki. Yeah, I mean, if you have Deborah, you could work her in there, but I think the thing with the Hraesvelg is that speed buff allows you to build the Kaki 14 speed slower and still be tuned. That's one reason that I really like the Hraesvelg in there, is you get that ability to put the Kaki on triple attack and get some extra defense in his subs as well. The Miriam would allow the Kaki to hit harder, but then you have to build him faster. So if you can run the Miriam and still have the Kaki on triple attack with good subs, then that's probably works better. But if you can't get him tuned on triple attack, then I would probably stick with the Hraesvelg. Or Kali, either one. But Kali would be slower. Kali would be safer, but would be slower. I think Pinkroyd's got a good chance. I think Pinkroyd has a good chance. I think Pinkroyd's a really good player. I think there's a lot of really good players in there. Alright, so as far as your box, if we're thinking about turn 1, the Bastet realistically doesn't fit. Not for the box that you're running. We can drop the Bastet. I struggle to see where you're going to draft Annabelle over... I struggle to see where you're going to draft Praha over Annabelle, actually. No, because the Praha gives you the strip. I think they both have a place in your box. So does the Samath, so do these. Carnell, Douglas, these all for sure do. You have enough Swift depth that you can probably run a good Daphnis, so I think he fits. Chiwoo fits, Leica fits. The Rika does not really fit because we have too many AoE threats already, so we can drop the Rika. Dominic's good, Oliver, Chung, Savannah. Mephisto actually could work really well in your box as well, because you put him on like a swift damage dealing set, and he fits in well into your like CC tile comps, and he's a good counter to the Nana. Triton is good for your turn 1 contests. I think the Tiana probably does not make sense. Tiana makes more sense when you have like Nephthys and stuff like that. Or Khitan Dashang, but it doesn't really fit for the box that you have. Sadly, I see why you don't use the Zerath a lot. That you just not a lot of AoE defense break. If you wanted to use the Zerath, you would have to build a team specifically for him. And I just don't know that it makes that much sense with the particular box that you've got. I think the box, I think you just running like the traditional stuff will take you further than you running a set Zerath. Sadly. I run into the same issue with Jara. I feel like Mephisto is going to be better than Jara because of his attack bar boost in most cases. And because Jara is going to be hard to set up to get enough kills with the type of box you have. Omduat can be really disruptive. When you're going to lose a speed contest, I think Omduat can be incredibly disruptive on the premise or on the basis of the fact that, again, a lot of people are not running will runes. The Wind Robo, definitely OP right now. Now, the question between this is, because you already have Sekhmet, right? So we don't need 3 on your fastest Swift. Although I've been screwed by some Tritons before, Sekhmet, I feel like she's the biggest threat of the 3. So it's really a question of, do we drop the Escher or do we drop the Triton? Especially because you have Chiwoo too. Since you have Chiwoo, I feel like you could run Escher on the fastest Swift. He's 1 base speed slower, but I feel like you could run the Escher on the fastest Swift and drop the Triton. I think that's the one I would drop from this. Especially he was unskilled, right? Yeah, he's not skilled, so you could definitely drop the Triton. The Xing Zhe could be useful in some circumstances. I'd keep him. Lagron, Leo, I would keep. The Triana can go away. Molly for sure I would keep, and then when it comes down to Varad, Okeanos, and Carnell, all three serve a very similar role. The Oki, the problem is he's kind of stat hungry, and I don't think he's not, first of all, obviously he's not deviled. I don't think you would draft him enough for me to justify saying give him like his biggest runes. And yeah, I don't think the Oki is worth building. Just because you have the Carnell. Oki and Carnell, they have different kits, but you have the Sekhmet. So when you need the skill 1 reset, that's going to be the Sekhmet. When you need the AoE CC, that's going to be more of the Carnell. I think the Oki would wind up on a lower priority rune set, which would mean that you could never draft him because his runes wouldn't be good enough to use them. Now, Varad's a different story because he uses different kinds of runes. He actually is skilled up. That's a nice surprise. So because he's skilled, I'm going to say go ahead and build him. I don't know that you'll use him that often, but he uses very different runes. So, you know, he's not going to be competing with other monsters. He's going to be on defense, crit rate, speed crit rate defense probably. Chandra is unskilled. So how many speed leads do we have? We have 1, 2, we have a lot of speed leads, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can drop the Chandra since he's unskilled. He's an interesting unit with a really good win rate, but again, I feel like if you're going to run the Chandra, I almost feel like it would have to be part of like a Chandra Zerath. That doesn't even make sense. It would be Chandra Dumont. Chandra Dumont would be freaking toxic, man. Chandra Dumont would be toxic, but doesn't fit what you farm. Because you farm the giants, it's just not the right kind of comp, I think, for you. So this is where I'm at for you. This is a little bit of a smaller box. I think when we drop these out, we're at 35. Well, because the Alicia would not be part of it, right? So we're at 34. It's a little bigger box than most turn 1 players need, but realistically, when you're trying to make that push into G1, you do need more pivots. Monsters that I would prioritize are really just your core already. The more, the CP, get an amazing set on the Juno, get a good set on the Praha. Masha should have some priority in your rune builds. Obviously, Oliver should also have a great set. And then, yeah, the Chung and the Wind Robo. I think you'll use the Wind Robo a lot. He's really, really strong right now. Monsters that maybe get lower priority in here, I think Amdua, you can just put him on, you can build him last out of your despair units, put him on speed, crit rate, HP. Try and get him some decent stats through subs. Give him the fastest set that you can, but the fastest set you can after you've built the other units. Varad also, I think he's a niche pivot pick. I would not prioritize him. The Zerath I would not prioritize, I don't think, but I still would give him better runes than he has. Like you said, he's on his Giants runes right now. I would upgrade his runes. I'm not sure how often you'll get to use him, but he needs to be runed if you do get to use him. Mephisto would not be a huge priority for me. I think I would probably do him... I would probably build him on Despair on your account because you already have so many Swift monsters. You're not going to get him in front of your other units, and you're not going to be able to lap because you're not running a lot of speed buff. So I'd probably just put him on Despair, but he would be a lower priority build for me as well. The Daphnis, you actually could consider doing a Nemesis Trap Daphnis just because I think your Swift is going to get stretched thin. You have so many units in here that are going to be Swift Despair. If you did a Nemesis Trap Daphnis, he could be an interesting niche pick for you when you think the opponent will proc the Nemesis. He also gives you that extra cut option because you don't have the Hey Gang. So your only cut options right now are really Moor and Vertihile. And that's it. You really don't have a lot of other cut options. Now you have a lot of turn 1 options, and you have the Douglas. But you don't have a lot of cut options. So I think the Nemesis Daphnis adds, you kind of always want to have, for everything that you're going to build, you want to have at least 3 options, usually 4, because your opponent can steal those units, right? So if your opponent takes the Moor, first of all, Vertihile is not as good against Moor anyway. And then second is you're already down to just 1 cut option, which means they can ban it out. So the Nemesis Daphnis gives you that second cut option. We've got a couple of speed, turn 1 speed options with the Sekhmet, the Wind Robo, and the Escher, or 3, because that's the goal. We've got our speed leads. So I think this is a pretty well-balanced box. I think that's probably where I would be at for you. I would love to see you farm some giants so that you could use the Dumont in the future, because Dumont's a legit SS tier. Definitely the best of your LD5s. But you're a long way from Dumont teams being better than what you're running right now. So if you really wanted to maximize the Dumont, you would be committing to a very long period of farming in Dragons. And you probably, I didn't really look at your turn 2 monsters, but I think you, like, do you have Molong Bulwark? See, you don't. You don't have Molong Bulwark. I know you said there's some more in monster storage. What up, Aaron? How you doing, man? So there's some more in monster storage, right? Take a look over here. Maybe we won't. You don't have any of the turn 1 units either. Okay. You have the Nana, but that's. I mean, you could do something really interesting with Chandra, Nana, Dumont. I think that's an amazing core. You've got some other interesting units here too that would probably pair well with that, like the Fire Holly could probably work pretty well in there. The Coco could work really well in there. Oh, I was gonna say you said you don't have Bungbek, but that was mediocre. I think you're probably in the right box. Right now you've got a pretty full box for that turn 1 style, and you've got the runes. You're farming the runes. I think you're doing it right, man. To be honest, like, it sucks that you can't take advantage of the Dumont, but I think you're doing it right. With certain pulls, you could maybe try and build the Zerath Cleave in. I don't know exactly what I feel like you need. That's not an LD5 though, to be honest. Like, if you had Neftis or Asima, either way, I'd be all in, like, go Zerath Cleave, right? But I can't really think of what I would tell you to switch up to make the Zerath Cleave work. I think the box just doesn't quite fit in my mind to where you could run the Zerath Cleave. So this is where I stand for you, bro. I think you're doing things right. Probably the biggest thing that we did was we added in, like, I think Molly was already there, but we added in the Josephine. I don't know if there was really a lot of major changes, maybe some minor tweaks here and there, but I think your core was already correct. And probably just make sure you're remembering to use the Molly and the Josephine. That's where I stand for you, bro. Bro, congrats on the Asima, Aaron. That's awesome, man. Oh, back from deployment. Welcome back, man. Welcome home. Yeah, I would say you should have 2 units on your 2 fastest Swift sets and then tune everything else behind, because that way you'll always get one of those 2 through. If you spread your plus you have a lot of monsters that have attack bar manipulation stuff, right? So the Sekhmet does not attack bar manipulate, but the Sekhmet can reset a key monster which is basically going to give you the same result. Escher attack bar manipulates, chiwoo attack bar manipulates. So I would focus fastest Swift onto the... whichever one gets banned more for you. I kind of feel like the Sekhmet is getting banned more for you, but I'm not sure. Whichever one gets banned more, I would put the fastest Swift on the other unit. So if the Sekhmet gets banned more, I would put the faster Swift on Escher, or vice versa. But I would have your 2 fastest Swift on Sekhmet and Escher, your 3rd fastest Swift on chiwoo. Even though there's going to be a speed gap to chiwoo, the point is, if you're contesting speed, you're going to get one of those 2 units through. You're either going to get the Sekhmet or the Escher through if you draft them both. So you want to make sure that you've got a better chance to win the speed contest when you do. So Aaron, unfortunately, we're at literally the last 5 minutes of the help stream. You jumped in right at the very end. I did this by drawing, but we just finished up with Banana Cow, and I'm actually about 20 minutes over on my stream time as it is. But I do these community helps twice a month. Once a month open, everybody, once a month open to channel members. Also have a Discord server. If you have simple questions, I'm always happy to answer when I can, and we have a great helpful community in the Discord server. And you can honestly ask me questions on any stream. I do my best to answer all the questions that come through. So, although today I am a little bit late and I am starving and need to get something to eat, hopefully we'll be able to answer whatever questions you have on the next stream, bro. Alright, Banana Cow, I am logged out of your account. I think we'll do one final wing since I did switch back over to my account. And then this is going to be it, guys. Win, lose, or draw, this is going to be it because I got to get something to eat. And, yeah, we'll leave it on that note. So, Banana Cow, good luck pushing, bro. Not sure how much help I actually was able to give you on this one, other than just the pat on the back. But if nothing else, hopefully the Molly and the Josephine can help you climb a little bit. I think we're using Molly. Ooh, that's a different one. I forget how to counter this. How do I counter this? What's my counter to this? Alright, for sure it's the Juno. I got Juno Nana here? I'm going to want the Lima, right? Let me think ahead a little bit. We'll go Juno Nana. It's 1050 for me, Frank. 1050. I had a standard counter to this that did really well, but it's been so long since I faced it. I don't really remember the counter. Feel like I might be able to Beelzebub here, though. Can't Abelio, right? I do think Beelzebub's a great fit. Could I just go full YOLO with the Julienne? No, I should go Lima here, right? Would Julienne be better than Beelzebub here? I think Julienne is better than Beelzebub. Yeah. And then we go Lima. Looking at the band, oh, that's a nice pick right there. That's a nice pick. If I do this, can I even kill the Cadiz? I cannot kill the Cadiz. If I do this, he gets one snipe. If he bans the Nana, I have no revive. So what's he snipe? He snipes the Lima, right? We have to do this. We have to do this. That Cadiz is a great pick. But I think I should have left the Beelzebub in. I think the change to the Julienne was a mistake as well. Dead Juno? Is he gonna go for the Juno? No, you're gonna go. Ooh. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second, let's get you off the field. The pushback actually hurt him there. He can't dot me, so he can't kill the Julienne. Alright, let's do this. And let's do this. Ooh, that resistance was not ideal. Oh, speed buff. Speed counter. Okay, we get you off the field. And that should be enough, I think. Because he's reset, too. Can't kill the Julienne. Dude! Okay. Well, he can do that. That's a dead... Wow! That was so much damage. Oh, that was a dirty proc. That was a super dirty proc right there. Should I have just hit them all along there? No, I guess not. I got lucky. I got lucky. I luck sacked this one. I feel like I luck sacked this one. That Dominic did so much damage. I mean, it wasn't a full luck sack because he did also technically defense break wind with Molong, but still, yeah, that Dominic was dirty, bro. But hey, guys, rank 197, man. Top 200. Top 200 this late in the season is not bad, man. We'll do one more. We'll do one more, and then we'll wrap up from there. I'm actually winning on stream. That never happens, man. I never win on stream. I still think the Beelzebub would have been the better pick over the Julienne. Obviously, the Cadiz was a great pick, but I actually got lucky. Why Juno? Because I was planning to let the Wedjet through, and Wedjet puts up a lot of buffs that Juno turns into dots. Oh man. I think Himoko's got Nephthys and Gianna. I think Himoko's got Nephthys and Gianna, right? I don't like this. I don't like this counter. Hey Candace, have a good night. Gianna and QD instead, huh? If I ban the Gianna and bring Wusa, he only has single target strip. Do I have enough damage? He bans... Does he ban Lima? No, he actually... In this draft, he bans the Wusa, and then he'll strip kill. He'll strip reset the Lima with the Shizuka, right? Yeah, he bans the Wusa. But, can we get a resistance? I think I lose this, Frank. I think I lose this. So I wouldn't be that excited. Because I have no reset, so that Shizuka is going to dominate, man. That was a big proc right there. Slow. Slow. Okay. So there I just wanted the pushback. Yeah, see I said that Shizuka was going to dominate. Masha's dead now, right? Yeah, because he gets back in front. Masha's dead to the Tessa. He gets the reset on the Nikki. Oh no. Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. Tessa counters everything, man. Everything works on a passive. Tessa, if you can build Tessa properly, Tessa counters everything. But he killed me. I knew, the thing is, as soon as he got first pick, I knew I lost that match because he has Gianna. So Oliver Gianna, I don't know if I have any way to beat that. Like if I had the Oliver, I've beaten Himoko a fair amount, but I have to have the Oliver to beat him, or I just can't counter it. That's true of anybody with Gianna. If anybody who gets Oliver Gianna, I just lose. It's just an instant loss. How would you run a Tessa for RTA? What is that? Ragdoll. He's gonna last pick Ragdoll. He counted the hell out of my. Wow, that's nice. Okay. Could I Verd this? Is this too YOLO if I go Verd? I was gonna Teshar here. do this. Juno's the better pick. They're both good picks, but Juno's the better pick. Is he on stream or what? Did he hear me? Okay. So that tells me he's banning the Lima. If he... I have to do this. He almost definitely wins here. He almost definitely wins here. But if I let him have the Leo... So Sekhmet gets the reset. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything on high enough attack. The Douglas will solo. Even if everything goes right for me, I lost this. Like 90%. That even if everything goes right, I lose this 90%. I was supposed to reset Gianna there? Wow. Like, because I'm sitting here talking on stream, I reset the wrong thing. Worked out, but still. Alright, you gotta reset you. Stuns? Stick the glancing! No. Okay. That was a good stun. Can I get attack break? Oh, we got attack break. Okay. All right, we got it. That was big. Landing the attack break there was big. Actually, landing the stun... Well, the stun didn't matter that much. It was the attack break, but landing the stun with the tableau was nice. Yeah, to be fair, I think I overestimated the 80%. I thought he would get the Sekhmet killed faster. Once you've got the and like if the Sekhmet lived, the attack break means that you can build kill the Douglas, which is why I let the Douglas through and ban the Leo. But a lot of times it's hard to keep the Sekhmet alive. My Sekhmet's not like super tanky, she's only 28k. So a lot of times it's really hard to keep the Sekhmet alive there because when she does her S2, the Douglas is usually going to counter on the S2. But I need the S2 to set up the Volantis to clear everything else. So like if I S1 with the Sekhmet into the Douglas right there, I have a chance to land the attack break, but Volantis hits twice, he can go glancing, and then if he hasn't killed everything else, I just get wrecked. So in that case, I have to go S2 with the Sekhmet, and a lot of times the Douglas then is able to kill me. But it probably wasn't 80%. It was probably like 60-40 or something. The Douglas is going to win that block. But anyway, guys, there you go. So I actually climbed a little bit. We'll stop. We're in the top 200. We'll stop right there. Can I show the Oliver runes? Yeah, I can show you the Oliver runes. That's Oliver. And that's the artifacts. Actually, I just realized this probably needs to be changed, huh? I haven't looked at her artifacts in so long. Carnal I don't use at all. I would not model on my Carnal. I don't remember the last time I've drafted him. I probably should de-rune him, to be fair. Let's see. That's garbage. 106 by speed. I need damage down from fire. This is, what's my defense on her? 443? This is maybe better. Damage on fire, actually, that's not bad. That's probably better. Let's see if we have like a good, well, let's see what we have. Damage down from fire and then maybe some add by HP. Because I get hit, obviously it's a lot, I face a lot of Mashas and Junos. I don't have that mix, okay. I think this is probably it. think this was probably a slight upgrade, though. Yeah, I'll show you the Nikki real quick, and then we're gonna bail. So here's the Nikki. Now, I can tell you there's another guy in the same point range as me that runs a lot of Nikki, which is old something 666. Well, I forget the middle word, but it's old something 666. He runs a crit damage Nikki. That thing hits so freaking hard. I mean, that thing just obliterates. So there's definitely two very different builds that you can run on the Nikki. It depends on how you use them. I think he's old 666 plus or something like that. You can look for him, but it's different uses. So I use my Nikki a little bit to set up because I have the Volantis. So the a very core comp for me is something like Oliver, Volantis, Nikki, Lima, and so my Nikki is in like a super tank build. Lots of adds, lots of additional damage. All Nikki users are going to have additional damage. But I run the resistance build because I get well, for one thing, she awakens into resistance, so I like to take advantage of that. And again, I face a lot of fire units, a lot of Mashas, a lot of Junos because of the type of comp I run. And so I can't tell you how many matches I've won because Nikki resists a Masha S2. And so for me, this is the correct build, but the crit damage build that the other guy runs, man, that thing hits so freaking hard. Well, it's not just the 209, bro. She's got 1.1 of HP, 6 attack, 3 defense. Yeah, I have higher add damage. I think, like, higher, if you're just going by speed, I think the Juno is higher by speed. No, Juno's 163 and 1.4. Is Praha? Maybe Praha's higher. Praha's 200 by speed, 10 by attack. Maybe they're just all split up. So, I mean, if you just, what's the Lima? Lima is 19% of attack, which is really weird. But it's just the way her artifacts broke out. 19% attack, only 91 speed. That's exactly what that means, Merrick. It's true damage, so it ignores defense, and it just adds from the speed. So with 264 speed, plus you actually have a speed tower and a speed lead, right? So really it's a little over 300. And so let's say you have 300 combat speed and you have 200% additional damage by speed, then that's an extra 600 per hit. And then also I've got 40,000 HP plus towers is like 42,000. And I get 1.1% of that, so that's another 420 per hit. And then I get a little bit from the defense and the attack. So she gets she hits 5 times and she gets over 1,000 damage from her artifacts on each of those hits. She also gives herself an attack power buff, so the 6% of attack gets multiplied as well. But yeah, Frank, so it just depends on how you're running Nikki. If you're running her as a little bit more of a support style unit, then you probably want to build more like mine. And I play a lot of turn 1, but I've had this support style Nikki be the difference maker in a lot of fights for me. But if you're just trying to absolutely steamroll your opponent, you put her on crit damage, she can do an insane amount of damage as well. So two very different builds that you can use. Curious if he's got anything in here, and then I definitely have to bail. But let's see, Edward King. And then mine against Yumoko. This will be a damage Nikki. In this team, this will be a damage Nikki. Oops. Let's see if this gets through. I mean, man, I've had his Nikki. I don't know. I didn't see the damage numbers, but I've had his Nikki. Like, you guys saw my Oliver. He's like 1,500 defense, 40k HP, and his Nikki like drops my Oliver's attack bar or health bar very visibly. Yeah, the Nikki gets through here. So 5,600 a hit. That's actually not a damage Nikki then, because that's probably in the range of what mine would do. Mine does 2,300 a hit on a non-crit, non-defense break. So Defense break. Yeah, that's right in the range of what mine would do. So that's actually a tank Nikki. Not a damage Nikki. But alright guys, that's it, man. I'm gonna get some food. As always, guys, I appreciate you hanging out on stream. I will catch you guys on the next stream. Have a good night.